Don't worry, I will get an intro for this channel. I will get an intro for this channel, guys. On the Dissect, I definitely will get a intro for this channel. I'll be setting it up soon. I just gotta find some clips and create an intro. But don't worry, guys. An intro will be coming soon, being made soon. So yeah. Also, you can see that I'm holding up my mic. The mic stand. Yeah, the mic stand broke. Actually, one of the legs off the mic stand broke, so I can't put it back in. So yeah, I'll be holding my mic until I get a new mic that could comes without mic stand. But the mic will still work. I just won't have it on a stand. But yeah, so I'll just be holding it, and it will get tiring. My hand will get tired. Hard. But yeah, welcome to the Dissect live stream. We're gonna go over John Campea. If you're new here, please subscribe. Uh, I'm gonna just get my phone here. Thing. All right. Yeah. So if you're new here, subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, smash the like button. If you're a new subscriber, smash the like button too, please. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk John Campea. Yes, and I also so smash the like button down below if you could do that for me, please, and please subscribe. We're gonna go over John Campea and a bunch of Marvel takes about 4 videos that is related to Marvel. Uh, from John Campea from his past few shows. Okay. Yeah, so about 4 videos. Yeah, we're gonna watch. Let me see how long they are. Let me just take a look. Now these are cut from his Campea show, and you know how they trim it into segments and to upload it as separate videos. We're gonna do it like that. So let's see how long they are. So this is pretty short. One of them is 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 15 minutes, 8 minutes, and 12 minutes. So if I do 27, about 45 minutes worth of content from Campea. Okay. So you're all free to join too. Um, so we're gonna get through this. Sorry, I'm still typing in DMs. I'm not gonna show you. So want to get through Deadpool first, then we get to the main topic. Okay, okay. So we're gonna talk Deadpool. This is an 8 minute video. Deadpool. So the premise of this movie, this not this movie, but of this video that Campea is gonna go over, we're gonna watch. Deadpool. Deadpool has been ranked as the #1 most anticipated movie of 2024, which is not surprising. It's not based on quality of the movies. There's probably a bunch of other movies going to be coming out in 2024 that are better, smaller movies, whatever. Obviously, but but this ranking is about movies that are well known, right? Are being talked about a lot. And Deadpool is ranked as #1 right now. Okay, ranked #1 most anticipated film. And we're gonna pop it up. Uh I'm kind of not surprised. Okay, so we're gonna go over this one. Okay, Deadpool, most anticipated film, rank #1. We're gonna go over it. Let's go.
2024. And as they do every year, the #1 movie ticketing site in the world, Fandango, does a little bit of a survey amongst all the people who frequent them, and they asked them, "What is the most anticipated film of the year for you
Fandango.
guys?"
Okay.
And the results are a little bit surprising to me. I mean, some of them aren't surprising, but a couple are. So let's go and take a look at this. So at number 10 is A Quiet Place Day One. I'm very excited. Lupita Nyong'o joins the Quiet Place world. At number 9, Gladiator 2.
Gladiator.
Most people knew that movie was coming out. At number 8, a movie I totally forgot was coming out, the animated Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. At number 7, Inside Out 2. At number 6, Despicable Me 4. At number 5, Venom 3. At number 4, Dune Part 2. At number 3, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. At number 2, Beetlejuice 2. And at number 1, no surprise, Deadpool 3. So Deadpool 3 being up there as the number 1, not surprising to me.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably my most anticipated film
Let's go over this.
for the next 10 years. It's Deadpool 3. I cannot wait.
Of
For me,
course.
very close second would be Dune Part 2. What I was really surprised by was that Beetlejuice 2 ranked so high. Because I'm going to admit, I'll admit it, I really did not think there were going to be that many people all that excited about it.
That's a shocker to me. The Beetlejuice one.
Yeah, now listen, this could be an abbreviation. What is it when a ghost appears? It's rhymes.
Aspiration.
This
Aspiration.
could be an abbreviation. No, John, that's something very different.
Oh my God! It's an abbreviation.
Abbreviation. JGL. Notorious.
It's abbreviation. It's an abbreviation.
Notorious abbreviation.
But and maybe nobody goes to see Beetlejuice 2. I'm just saying, I was really surprised to see it that high because I honestly wouldn't have thought it would have been that high. Also, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I loved the last Ghostbusters film. Had a blast with it, but it's not like it blew up the box office, but maybe a lot of people saw it afterwards and got on board with it or whatever. Dune Part 2, clear, that would be my number 1 too. I love seeing that Venom 3.
Okay, he's not really talking about Deadpool here, is he?
Again,
He's
then
just talking about the
4,
list.
Inside Out, Lord of the Rings.
Deadpool's just ranked number 1.
Quiet Place Day 1. Also interesting, most anticipated new performance on the big screen. People number 1
Lady Gaga.
are looking forward to Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande in Wicked Part 1. Listen, I had zero interest in Wicked until they showed us that 15-minute presentation on it at CinemaCon this year, and I could not believe my eyes. Like, I'm very excited for that. And Chris Pratt as Garfield.
Who?
Yeah.
No one's anticipating.
Chris Pratt is the number 4 most anticipated performance of the year.
Nothing has made me believe the trades less than that line of text.
It's Fandango. It's the biggest movie ticketing site out there.
I don't believe.
And Pedro Pascal for
That's how I am
Gladiator
about number
2. Most anticipated heroes. They got Hugh Jackman number 1 as Wolverine.
Yeah, that's a.
Wolverine or Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson in Deadpool 3.
So yeah, of course.
Steve Carell returning as Gru. I love Steve Carell as Gru. Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in Venom 3, and Jack Black as Poe in Kung Fu Panda 4.
Jack Black.
Anticipated villains. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Is he really a villain? I mean, well, I guess you could classify.
I'm telling you, Michael Keaton.
Child and take her to hell.
Well, you know, what? Just let him be him. Let him be him.
Michael Keaton, I tell you, I don't think Beetlejuice is gonna be a villain.
Live and let
You
live,
do play.
or not, you know.
Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker,
The aliens from the Quiet
Aliens
Place.
from A Quiet Place Day 1, and Austin Butler in Dune Part 2. So anyway, but going back up to this, no real surprise that Deadpool 3 ranks as the number 1 most anticipated. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video,
Okay.
Hello Fresh.
Okay.
The Garfield one, I don't believe it.
I mean, most anticipated movies.
Oh, most anticipated movies.
Okay, nothing really special
my
here.
millennials probably showing on saying, you guys didn't think the Beetlejuice would be anticipated by people? You didn't think
Nothing really
I mean,
special
I-
here.
Because
I
it's
hon-
from the 80s, and I
Yeah.
don't hear a lot of people. Like,
Okay.
oh my God, Beetlejuice is coming out.
Well, TikTok has had this huge kind of resurgence of love for the Beetlejuice musical.
Yeah, see, that's the only thing. You know,
I
some
think
people
that's
like to
what's doing
vape
it.
in that thing I hear in that musical. It's crazy, but yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
So I feel like
It's a
people
little
have
inside
nostalgia-
CNN watching baseball there coming from Jonathan.
People who have nostalgia for the original movie, who have fallen in love with the music, TikTok and like the music, or people who are super into Keaton. right?
Mhm.
You've got Keaton in there, you've got Jenna Ortega in there, you've got Winona in there. So I feel like that makes sense to me. And then Deadpool, I feel is very obvious, especially as our only Marvel offering that year. Of course, we're rabid for that one.
Is that the only Marvel offering?
Despicably Me 4, I guess. I mean, I look at the Eye of Mignon every day as I drive over here, and I don't think people love that as much as I guess children do. I don't know. Are children polling on
Well,
Rotten
look,
Tomatoes or
the
Fandango?
last Minions movie that just came out did super well.
That's
I
true.
don't think it cracked $1 billion, but it got real damn close to $1 billion. I didn't love Despicable Me 3, the one with his twin brother in it.
Right.
I didn't. I gotta admit, I didn't love that one.
Don't worry, it's nothing special. Okay, this is not really a
No,
Marvel
no,
thing.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, we're gonna end this.
It wasn't Owen
gosh.
Wilson though.
Oh, okay.
Not really a Marvel thing here. It's just Deadpool's number one. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds is on the list of the number one heroes. Makes sense. I don't know what to say. I guess I'm not surprised at all that Deadpool would be the number one movie. The number one movie, most anticipated film of 2024. I'm not surprised. A lot of stuff, lot of potential leaks, spoilers, a lot of pictures, a lot of things coming out of that film, a lot of noise coming out of that film, whether it's believable or not. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, not surprised at all. All right, we're gonna go to another video, another Marvel video. Captain America. We'll do Captain America, 15 minutes long. Okay. Okay. New video, Captain America. Okay.
Which I believe was originally supposed to come out in like late 2023.
Yes.
Then talk about being moved to 2024, and now we know it's not coming out until 2025. Apparently, according to Deadline, you can check this out. Captain America: Brave New World hires scribe Matthew Orton for additional shooting.
Not Randy Orton, Matthew Orton.
Doing the reshoots on this thing until like 6 months after it was originally supposed to come out in theaters. This is what they wrote. With plenty of time until its February 14th, 2025 theatrical release, Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World has hired Matthew Orton to pen additional scenes and material. Orton will work on material that will be shot in additional photography, which will take place in the spring/summer of 2024, we understand. Now, if some of you might be asking the question yourselves right now, who is Matthew Orton?
Yeah.
Well, you're probably not alone.
It's you.
Not what you would call a tremendously experienced.
That's nothing new with Marvel.
He's got the grand total of
Moon Knight. Ooh.
Honestly, a nice little movie called Operation Finale with Ben Kingsley and Oscar Isaac,
Oh.
which I thought it wasn't great, but was pretty good. He did one episode of Moon Knight, and depending on what episode that was, I'm not really sure. And then he worked on this television series called Devil's Peak, which I don't believe is on any North American network. I could be wrong about that, but I couldn't find it everywhere I looked around. But this is who they're bringing on to do.
Because the Marvel already had them.
I think the more interesting aspect of this story, though, is I believe this is 100% a repercussion of Kevin Feige getting his authority back. I really do. Now, of course, because under the Bob Chapek era, with his banker buddy making all the decisions for Marvel and taking away most of Kevin Feige's ability and power, the idea of how much stuff had to be made, where it had to go, how quickly it had to come out, and all that kind of stuff. I honestly think that, as we saw with Daredevil, that, now that Kevin Feige's got his power back, Kevin Feige has the power to say, you know what, I don't like the way this is going. Let's scrap what we're doing.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the case.
Reevaluate, recenter, and remount. And put out a Daredevil series that is closer to the
I think that's more Bob Iger.
in the last couple of years.
When Iger
I
came
honestly
back.
think that's kind of the same thing that's happening here with Captain America. I think this is a a sign again that Kevin Feige's got his authority back. That he now has the authority to look at and say, I don't like the way this is shaped up.
You got no. Captain America was announced. It was announced in 2021 after Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Who cares? Just get it out. I now have.
Hey, Blinded.
We're gonna let me make the decision.
Excuse me for a sec. Hey, Blinded, what's up? Oh yeah, you're muted. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you're muted, buddy. If you can hear me. No. All right.
What's up? My
you're back.
my headset wasn't connected. That's why.
Oh, okay. One of the videos didn't really go in detail about Deadpool. It was just saying it's the most anticipated film of 2024, but he didn't really talk about why.
Hmm.
Didn't really go in detail, and so I decided just like, you know what? There's not much to talk about with that because he did. It's basically a list of most anticipated films of 2024, most anticipated heroes of 2024, which Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were the top two because of Deadpool, obviously, and then the top list of villains of 2024 films. But he didn't really go into detail about Deadpool, so I just basically said I'm not surprised Deadpool is the most anticipated film. It's not probably not gonna be the best film, obviously, but it's not. I'm not surprised. Most anticipated doesn't necessarily mean the best, obviously, but obviously with this other stuff coming out, Deadpool, as you know, Brian, I'll get your brief thoughts on this. But my thoughts is everything is coming about, whether it's fake or true or whatever, the stuff coming out with Deadpool, I can see why it's considered the most anticipated film among fans because of all the potential leaks, whether, like I said, whether it's true or not. I can see why people are trying to hype it up, okay, and it's trying to get MCU back on track. And I got two blinded. I don't know. I don't know which one's the real one. Which one is he? Which one is the real one? Which one's the real blinded? I'm trying to figure that out. Okay. Which one's? Can you hear? Say something. Which one? I'm pretty sure the second one's the real blinded. You know. Excuse me for a second. Where? I'm sorry. Like I don't know. He was here. He'll get back. He'll say something. Let's get back to this video. Just blinded. If you're listening, just say something while the video's going on. Then I'll pause it.
Our content, and I don't want to put something out to the public that I don't feel good about, and I don't feel good about this. Let's stop it.
Okay, can you hear? Okay, you can hear me. Can you say something?
And get something that we're
Can you hear me?
proud of.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay,
Did you
because I'm trying out. Okay, I got a new phone, right? And so on
Okay.
iOS they have the StreamYard app.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, so that's why I switched over. I forgot I downloaded it because I was in the browser. So this is actually much better. I'm glad they have an app, but I mean, it took them way too long.
So did you hear what I said about Deadpool?
No.
Okay. So Deadpool was the first video, right? It's and Fandango for Fandango, it was voted as the most anticipated film of 2024, right?
Right.
And he didn't really go into detail why. It's just that ran down the list of the most anticipated films 2024, and that was number one. And there's a whole list of the other nine. There was other nine, and also there was also a list of the top comic book heroes from 2024.
Right.
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are top 2 for that. Top 5 heroes, those are top 2, and then villains. And number 1 villain was who was the number 1 villain? Oh, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice, because Beetlejuice is coming out. But I didn't really go into detail about Deadpool, why that's voted number 1. I could tell you from what I believe is because all the stuff everybody's been talking about Deadpool. It's been trending on my Twitter for a lot, especially on the trending topics and all this leaks, supposed leaks, whether it's true or not. There's been so much talk about it. So I'm not surprised the hype for Deadpool is high. And I'm not surprised that's the reason why this the anticipated film of 2024. So yeah, that makes
Well, I
sense.
think it's the most anticipated because it's Deadpool.
That's
We
true,
haven't had
too.
a Deadpool movie for 5 years now, so
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, he didn't. It's not. I guess it's not really a. I guess it's really not really a Marvel video. It's just more of a top 10 anticipated films, and Deadpool just happened to
right.
be number 1. That's my fault. Now I'm doing Captain America: Brave New World hires new writer for 2024 reshoots, and I don't think you're gonna be happy based on who the new writer is on his credentials, because there's one MCU
Well,
show which you hated that he wrote an episode for.
oh yeah, he did Moon Knight, right?
I'm not sure. He didn't say which episode it was, but yeah, he did do
I
Moon
thought
Knight.
he did Moon Knight episode 5. He did the best episode of Moon Knight.
Oh, okay. That's a good. That's good. If he did episode 6, the thing is, this guy doesn't really have much on his resume, but he did work for
Yeah.
Marvel. Did work for Marvel, so they
I
do.
mean,
They,
he's coming in to remember when all those scoopers were like, "Oh, they're not, reshooting the movie. They're just changing up the action sequences." Why do you bring on a writer if you're gonna do action sequences?
no,
That
no,
should all,
no.
yeah. So they're clearly
We're gonna
they're reshooting this movie.
here. We'll go from here.
If some of you might be
Okay, spring, summer of 2024. Reshoots do not take like months and months.
Right.
Okay, right?
asking the question to yourselves right
And you don't get you don't hire a writer for reshoots.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Who is Matthew Orton? Well, you're probably not alone because he's not what you would call a tremendously
Okay.
experienced writer. When I go over to his IMDb, he's got the grand total of 3 credits. He wrote, honestly, a nice little movie called Operation Finale with Ben Kingsley and Oscar Isaac, which I thought it wasn't great, but was pretty good. He did 1 episode of Moon Knight. And
Who is the writer for the movies? First, the actual writer, because I would be pissed off.
Malcolm Spell.
I would probably be very pissed off if Marvel if they're doing this. I would be pissed off at them.
Well, why is anybody? Well, like, why did Marvel even hire
Yeah.
Michael Spell in the first place? When, I mean, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier wasn't that. Like, it wasn't like a top tier rated MCU show. I don't know why they brought him
It's the
back.
same director too, isn't it?
No, it's not the same director. It's the guy who did the Cloverfield Paradox.
Oh, okay. I thought they were getting something from the show to direct. Okay, whatever.
No.
So that was. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
And then he worked on this television series called Devil's Peak, which I don't believe is on any North American network. I could be wrong about that, but I couldn't find it everywhere I looked around. But this is who they're bringing on to do some additional writing for it.
I also want to talk to you off screen.
What I
There's
think
kind
is
of
the
this
interesting
stuff
aspect
going
of the
on.
story, though,
Not with us, but
I believe this is 100% a repercussion of Kevin Feige getting his authority back. I really do. Now, of course,
No,
he
it's
went through
oh
the
my god.
JPEG era with
here's the thing. Oh,
Buddy running all the making
here
all
we'll
the
go into
decisions
detail on us,
possible,
and we'll talk why
taking away
I
Mr. Kevin
am on
Feige's
board with
ability
you.
and
I
power.
agree with you here.
The idea of how much stuff had to be made, where it had to go, how quickly it had to come out. And
Okay, there. Before Bob Jacob came in power, at Comic-Con 2019, they announced all those shows and movies. Okay?
Right.
That's before Chapek came in. And then 2022, 2021, they couldn't really announce at Comic-Con, but they did announce some movies, not as much, but like in some shows. But 2022 is when they announced a bunch of stuff that obviously got ahead of themselves. And was it 2022 when Iger got back in power, right?
Yeah, in November.
Okay. After Comic Con. And if I remember correctly, Feige and even Iger said in early 2023, yeah, things need to change in Marvel. Kevin Feige admitted himself.
But that was
And-
fairly recent.
Yeah, that was fairly recent. You're right. And Chet and Iger said that too. It's like Iger basically said quality over quantity. And
Yeah, which meant really nothing because he said that back in
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
That
Um,
exact same the
Hydrocracy.
quote is literally like he literally said that before. So I don't think it holds much weight.
So, as I remember, all the shows, Disney Plus shows that came out in 2021, which was supposed to come in 2020, WandaVision, Captain Falcon Winter Soldier, I believe Loki, and Hawkeye were all announced at Comic Con. I'm not
Right.
sure if Secret Invasion and Moon. I know Moon Knight wasn't. Moon Knight
Moon
wasn't
Knight
announced.
was announced at 2019 Comic-Con.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
She-Hulk was
Not
too.
Secret Invasion.
I know She-Hulk was also, and I believe Miss Marvel was also.
Yeah, I think so too.
So technically, the first most of the Disney Plus shows
I
were
think
announced.
the first 6 or 7 Disney Plus
Okay.
shows were announced because
Okay.
What If was also announced there too.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the movies that were announced in 2019, right? Was Blade.
Yeah, it was Blade. There was a bunch of movies
Eternals.
The
Well, Eternals was
Eternals.
announced. Well, Eternals was basically done, right? It was like no, they're filming at the time.
No, they were
Eternals.
filming at the time, but they never officially
Okay.
confirmed it.
Thor. I know Thor was.
Yeah, Thor was. Black
Shang-Chi.
Widow was.
Black Widow,
Shang-Chi was.
Was Guardians 3?
No, Guardians 3 was not
Okay.
announced.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Spider-
Black Panther 2,
Yeah.
but they didn't give it a title. I think the Marvels was also announced as well.
I think the
And
Marvels were announced.
think that was
I
it.
think the Marvels was announced a little bit later. I think it was
No,
announced
the Marvels was announced. I'm pretty sure at 2019.
I don't know yet. See, there's another thing. I'm concerned about Echo. Like it looks good, the trailers, and the new one looks good, but it's only 5 episodes. That's a concern.
Yeah, it's only 5 episodes.
That's concerning to me. It's a little concerning.
Which they cut it down because it was supposed to be 6 episodes.
Just make it 6. There's no difference between 6 and 5.
Well, it's all dropping on the same day anyway,
that's true.
so
That's true. Yeah. But yeah. So this is not Feige getting in control, okay? This is
yeah, I wanted to say, whoa. So this is another camper bullshit that he likes to pull out. Where I don't know if this just seems like damage control, to me, because first off, one, Feige was always in control. Why didn't Feige have control even under Bob Chapek? If anything, all Bob Chapek
gave him
really
too much
did
control.
was, yeah, all he said was, hey, here's all these TV shows. Maybe Kevin Feige didn't want to do these TV shows, but let's be honest, did it to Kevin Feige, does it really matter? Because they're already on top.
There's been reports Feige wasn't really active on the TV sets shows.
Well, he can't be. It's impossible for him to even be on all the sets. Yeah. So I don't expect him to be on all the sets.
And obviously, it was for the Disney Plus, right? It was all for Disney Plus, right? That's all it was to get content on Disney Plus.
Like this whole thing about Kevin Feige, he didn't want to produce all these TV shows. Like in my opinion, I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like he obviously. Why? Here's the thing. If he knew it was too much, right? Why didn't he say something? Like Marvel is their biggest franchise in the last 4 years. Like it's made them so much money. Why wouldn't he push back if he couldn't deliver? He knows that it's such bullshit.
Okay, I did say on a video. I think you saw it, but I know some people saw it. The Make or Break.
He's about to cut and run. Holy shit! If he does, that'll be hilarious.
If Kevin Feige does one for Marvel, leave Marvel, go to Star Trek, I think that could be the nail in the coffin for Marvel.
Yeah, I think at that point Marvel's pretty much dead. Even the fanboys will have to admit that it's dead.
Yeah. But yeah, let's continue this video. Let's see what he has to say.
All that kind of stuff.
It's only 8 minutes long, so that's good.
As we saw with Daredevil, that now that Kevin Feige's got his power back, Kevin Feige has the power to say, you know what, I don't like the way this is going.
He's always had the power. Like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
What is he talking
Yeah.
about? First off, he's the one who greenlit the creative decision, not Bob Chapek. What does Bob Chapek have to do with the creative aspect of
You just
Marvel?
Bob Chapek. All has to do is give him the money.
All Bob Chapek is really gonna do is he's gonna look at probably the test audiences, probably look at the budget.
Yeah.
He's really not involved with all the minutia or like the small creative bits. Like, do you think Bob Chapek read the script for Captain America, Brave New World, and was like, "Yeah, this is what you have to make. Don't change it." Like, what is Campea saying here? This makes no sense. Like,
I
Kevin Feige greenlit Captain America, and he
I
knew
just
what the script was. Let's
this
be
is this is
honest.
this is to be campy trying to get on DC. I'm not DC. I'm Marvel Square side again because remember when he leaked the Spider-Man No Way Home stuff, and remember that time he couldn't get into
Yeah.
D12, D23 because they kind of didn't want to let him in. There's a reason why.
Yeah,
They
this
couldn't
is
let him
him
in.
saying bull crap to get on their good side.
Yeah.
But in reality, Marvel messed up. Captain America, I mean, we don't know, right? But
Yeah.
the rumors are saying that Captain America tested really poorly,
Yep.
and that's why they have to go back and reshoot all of this stuff.
What did the research say? The months they said like the months from like January to like May or June. That's like
Yeah,
5 or
something like
6 months.
that.
And I know when they filmed this, right? When they filmed in like February or March, and they ended just before the strike. That was like 3 or 4 months just filming. I know that's not the final cut. Obviously, that's typical filmmaking.
Yeah.
But
And
really,
also, when this movie started shooting, it was under Bob Iger.
yes, yes. They announced this when Chapek was in charge in 2021, but they started filming when Iger was in charge.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
well, like this just sounds like an absolute mess. And it sounds like Campia, as usual, always has this weird ass spin on things like that doesn't make sense. Like, where's the evidence of what he's saying? What evidence is there to suggest that Kevin Feige had no control? Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too. That's another thing too. Like, they keep throwing all this shade at Bob Chapek, not saying Bob Chapek was all that great,
Dude,
but like Bob Chapek was really just put in there to take the heat for the
yes.
next 2 years. And honestly, the I'm sure like Bob Iger wasn't happy that the board, right? Or was it the board? Someone basically they removed Bob Chapek because they were
Yeah.
pissed off with him,
It has
and
to
then
be
they're
both.
like, "Hey, Bob Iger, come back and help." But in reality, he should have kept Bob Chapek there. Like, look at what's happening with Disney. If Bob Chapek was there and Bob Iger came back now, like a whole year later, after all these bombs and stuff,
Hmm.
maybe people would be like, okay, you know what? Bob Iger can turn around this company or whatever, but he can't rely
Yeah.
on that anymore because I mean, look at all the movies that bombed.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bob.
exactly. He gave us Rise of Skywalker as well. So the Rise of Skywalker is his fault too. That's his
That
fault.
all the movies technically are his fault under his
No, but
right.
that movie in particular is
Oh,
definitely his fault because that whole that production had problems because they were trying to retcon what happened in the previous movie because they were like, "Oh crap, people didn't like it." And they instead of basically finding a story that made sense that would
yes, they went
continue
over,
from the
but
yeah, they basically try to undo. Yeah, no
that's
one
what
can argue otherwise because that movie is literally undoing The Last
that's what
Jedi.
that's what happens when Ryan Johnson takes the realms from J.J. Abrams. Like, and they had to get J.J. Abrams back to try and fix it, and obviously it didn't
Yeah,
work.
and J.J. Abrams didn't know what to do because J.J.
Mm.
Abrams didn't have a plan to begin with.
That's fine. Ironically, Lucas didn't have a plan for his original trilogy, but it worked.
Well, yeah, I mean, it ended up working, but at the
Mm.
same time,
Yeah.
at that point they could do whatever they want, right? But with the
Hmm.
sequel trilogy, you have to that you it's already an established universe. It's an established franchise, right?
Hmm.
And just going back to the well of Palpatine, like that was extremely disappointing. I don't know how anybody likes The Rise of Skywalker. Like I have to be honest, that's one of the few movies where I feel like
Hmm.
why would you enjoy this? Like there's nothing interesting or new. And then on top of that too, they just bring back Palpatine because there's no villain. There was no villain, right? So it's like who else could they bring back? It's so like
You know what? Now with the Star Wars stuff they're doing it like on the shows and whatever movies they have to fill in the gap now. How like Palpatine because like And this is a
Honestly, they
Marvel
don't
thing.
even need to. They don't even
Yeah.
need to. Just forget about it.
Like, here's the thing: if Palpatine came back and watched, Palpatine had to see his death in Return of the Jedi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, they said that it was all part of his plan or some
Yeah,
crap like
that's so
that.
stupid. Like,
Yeah, and the fact that they're continuing with Ray is also. I mean, I
yeah.
get it.
Who's gonna be the villain again? A Palpatine Jr., another Palpatine? He's gonna raise have a brother Palpatine or something?
Like they're lucky there hasn't. I mean, the thing is, Rise of Skywalker still made money, but
Oh yeah, it made a
like let's
billion.
be honest, it should have made way more money. If you're trying to advertise like this is the ending of the Skywalker trilogy, that you're not going to see these characters
If it
anymore.
if it was good, if it turned out to be good, you know, it could have made as much as Avengers.
Yeah, it probably
Almost,
could have. Yeah,
almost at least. Like get to 2 million range, 2 billion, not 2 million. That's too easy.
I mean, look at how much the Force Awakens made. Like, why couldn't it
Yes,
have made the Force Awakens money? This is the end of the trilogy.
the Force Awakens to me was more hyped. I was more hyped for Force Awakens than the Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
Came-
I'm sure a lot of people were.
I mean, yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
right. Then, yeah. I mean, it was Return to the Last Jedi where her parents are nobody, and then they retconned it to make it a
Yeah, and
Palpatine.
to Palpatine, like what was it? What like I don't understand what was the point of that. It's just such a mess,
Mhm.
and I don't think it's gonna be looked upon like the prequels. Like the prequels were, at least we can say they were consistent. These movies are
They
not
had a
consistent.
story. A lot of
Yeah,
people, the prequels were not like they're not the best, but they had at least they had a coherent story.
exactly. Yeah,
It was
these
basically
sequel
about Anakin.
trilogies,
It was basically
you
about Anakin, right? And his turn to
right.
Darth Vader. That's basically
E
the story.
even if
Prequel.
you like The Last Jedi, right?
Yeah.
You can't. You're not gonna like Rise of Skywalker if you like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And then if
Yes.
you like The Rise of Skywalker, you're not gonna like The Last Jedi. So th they messed up. They messed up big time, and I don't really know what's gonna happen with these
E-
Star Wars movies, to be
Adam Driver
honest.
did say the political plan for him and Ray was not were not meant to have feelings for each other.
Well, didn't Adam Driver just say that he didn't like
Hmm.
he was just gonna stay evil? He wasn't gonna get
Yeah.
redeemed?
Yeah. But Star Wars, people have to get redeemed all the time, right?
Well, the thing is, he had to get redeemed because it would have made no
Yeah.
sense. But I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, the sequel trilogy is a mess. I don't think anybody can argue otherwise. Even if you say one of them is a good, you're probably not gonna like another one, right? The Force Awakens is okay, right? It's just I don't think anybody's gonna truly hate on that movie. Like I know people will say, "Oh, it's just like A New Hope," but that's really stupid that people brought up that argument because that's literally the point of the movie. That was
Yes.
literally the point of the movie, right?
A
It's like, oh,
a new round of heroes in the
yeah, and
galaxy.
the same tone and the
Yeah.
same like, so no one can really complain. That is almost supposed to be a glorified remake, but it's not.
Oh, that would have been cool, Degrassi.
Yeah.
Let's continue this video.
Doing. Let's reevaluate, recenter, and remount, and put out a Daredevil series that is closer to the quality that people have come to expect from Marvel over the years and not in the last couple of years.
But pause. This is another thing too.
Spend the same
This is another thing too, right? Um,
Anthony.
if Echo, now that we know Echo was TVMA, right, and it's a mature show,
That's the next
that
video is
Darede
gonna be good.
that
Daredevil.
Daredevil show that they scrapped was also going to be a mature show, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no other like you're telling me that Daredevil show that got scrapped was going to be PG-13 and it was going to be like these
Hmm.
other Disney Plus series? That doesn't make sense to me because then why did they do Echo?
The, to me, ratings the rating of a show or a movie is not the reason why you have to basically scrap and do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, I think they knew. I think they knew. Listen, this is what I think is going on at
Yeah.
Marvel. I think they clued in that the stuff that they were making that they thought was good was actually trash. And they were like, listen, we are going to have to get rid of all of this and reset, right? And try to come up with a better creative angle because this makes no sense. Why do you shoot a show for what, 6 months? Were they shooting for 6 months on Daredevil? Uh, whatever it was, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It had to. This doesn't. That doesn't make sense to me. Why wasn't it already under Marvel Spotlight? Is Marvel Spotlight something that's brand new? Are you telling me Echo was not a mature show that
I
they
don't
had to
know.
reshoot it? Like something is not making sense, right? That's why I think I mean, Marvel thought Ant-Man 3 was their best movie. Like, are you serious? Like, you thought Ant-Man 3, even if you like Ant-Man 3, right? There's
Hmm.
no way in hell you would say Ant-Man 3 is one of Marvel's best movies of like all of their movies combined. There's no way in hell. And if you say that, I don't believe you. I really, truly do not believe you. So the fact that they thought it was good or they thought it was their best movie, I think shows you that they are completely delusional. They don't know what they're making anymore. They think everything is a banger. They think everything is gonna be Endgame and Infinity War and Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't know.
Endgame was not a good look. Endgame was a solid movie, but it was not a good movie until the end.
I mean, it's still a crowd pleasing movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
still a, and Endgame is still far better than what we've been getting so
That's
far.
true. That's true. But it wasn't exactly like it's like in my top four Avenger movies. I don't know what your four is, but there's four, right?
Mhm.
My top one is Infinity War, because Infinity War is great. The first is Avengers, Endgame, and then Ultron.
I would switch Endgame with the first Avenger. I'll put the
Okay.
first Avenger third.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's continue this.
Thing that's happening here with Captain America. I think this is a sign again that Kevin Feige's got his authority back. That he now has
No,
the
no.
authority
This
to
is
look
a
at
sign of
villains.
him. They want this.
He already had his authority.
Yeah, this is a sign from they want Captain America to be a good movie to
Yeah.
have big implications for potentially a Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. Because right now Marvel's is taking a hit. Marvel's has really hurt. It's really like Marvel was kind of was a little bit hurt, obviously, but the Marvels really put more of a dent into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It lit a fire under their
Yeah.
asses. They knew that they had to do something. Also, I would argue that if Captain America came out and was bad, that would do a lot more damage to Marvel because this has
Yes.
the Captain America name on it, right? And Captain America was a beloved character. So if
Even
the as I call him, the bootleg Captain America, if that's bad and that gets trashed, then you know people are not
and
going
this
to come back again, right? Because
and
it's
this
like,
is
well, you fucked up Captain America.
and this is the one Marvel 2025 film that's actually was filmed that they're going
Yes.
back to because all the other ones are not filmed yet.
And they put in a crappy release date
Yeah,
too.
Back to the Future. Yeah, it kind of was the
Yeah.
grass,
I mean,
but
I like Back to the Future too, but
Marvel doesn't really understand time travel. They kind of like contradict time travel ever since Endgame.
yeah, that was another thing that they messed up too.
Yeah,
They kind of went all over the place
yeah.
to explain this multiverse stuff.
Multiverse and time travel is not exactly the same thing.
No.
All right, let's continue.
I don't like the way this is shaped up. This isn't exactly what I wanted. And I no longer have Bob Chapek saying, who cares? Just get it out. I now have bosses again who are going to let me make the decisions for Marvel Studios
No,
and our content. And I don't want to put some out to the public that I don't
no, no,
like.
no, 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 John. Listen, if the strikes didn't happen, I guarantee you, Blade and Thunderbolts might have been still scheduled for next year.
I think Captain America would have been scheduled for
Me
next
too.
year.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You know, actually, you know what I would think if the Marvels reviewed poorly but did well, I think Captain America would come out.
Hmm.
I think at that point they would be like, you know what? Who the hell cares about the reviews? If people are still going to the movies, then who cares
Let's
if Captain America's shit?
let's remember the strike, the writer strike. I think it was the writer strike. Blade, the writer strike happened the day before Blade was going to go to filming, if I'm correct.
Right.
And then they got a new writer, right? Because Logan writer, right? I think it was Blade
Yeah.
from Marvel. No, for sure. Yeah, agree with you.
For 4 movies, I
Marvel has
mean,
4 movies. Yeah,
They
not
do
gonna
have 4 movies, but here's the thing. I mean, what movie is going to get delayed? Because if you think about it, I mean, maybe they could delay Fantastic Four, but then,
that may have implications for the Kang Dynasty and other
yeah,
stuff happening.
that might mess up things. I don't truly, if there's 4 movies there, then Marvel's fucked. Um, there's no coming around this that Marvel they're trying to hedge all their focus on Deadpool 3, and I don't think that's going to go too well. Even if Deadpool 3 is successful,
I
Deadpool
don't.
3 being successful doesn't mean the rest of the MCU is successful.
I think Spider-Man should come out 2026, but
Yeah,
don't
that
don't
movie
have it
should come out later
don't have
too.
it compete with the other Marvel movies. Don't have it compete with the Batman too. And a Superman Legacy, like I don't
I
know.
think 2025 is when they're going to start realizing, oh shit, the genre may have hit its peak because if you're dumping all your best stuff in one year
Captain made
and
a point.
and it
It's a
and if
make or
you
break
start off
year.
with Captain America and Captain America is not good,
Yeah,
that's gonna suffer for everything else.
it's
Everything else is gonna
it's a
suffer.
make or break year for 2025 comic book movies in general. Okay, because
Yeah,
listen. On my video, we're gonna get back to this video. If Superman Legacy is not good, and you made this point, you made this point to me
yeah. If it makes
privately.
less than Man of
Yeah,
Steel, I don't think they will continue
and if it's not
with it.
good, if it's not a good movie overall, the
Yeah,
DCU is in trouble. And it can't be said. I don't know if they could ever repair the brand of Supermans or DC. I'm like, yeah, but Batman, yeah, Batman there. DC
Batman
has
will
Spider-Man.
probably always stay around.
Yeah,
Same. I think Batman and Spider-Man after the superhero
yes,
craze, they will probably be the only characters who stay around.
yeah.
That's my prediction. Yeah. Everybody else, I think, like the thing is, they're not going to want to recast. And Batman and Spider-Man are only the character, and well, you could say Superman, but Batman and
Mhm.
Spider-Man have made a lot of money at the box office, and they're the only characters who get constantly recasted. So every other character that has been introduced so far really hasn't been recasted besides Superman. And Superman is not really the box office draw that he was. Like, let's be honest, Superman Returns didn't do well. Man of Steel did pretty decent, but we haven't gotten a Superman movie since, which is quite strange. Um, so who really knows the viability of Superman as, a box office draw? Like, is he a character people are
It's
willing to see?
it's fun. Arkham show. It's gonna be DCU. I don't. I'm wondering about Matt Reeves how he really feels.
Yeah, that's also another stupid thing that came out today. A lot of stupid shit James Gunn has been saying. There's one I really want to talk about because, man, this Suicide Squad game, this is absolutely hilarious what's going on, and the fact that James Gunn is also like throwing gasoline on the fire is making it even worse. Like him saying that the Arkham verse is coming back. I don't know if he knows what is going on in Suicide Squad, but the leaks are out there. These are true leaks. Like there's screenshots and everything, right? So, um, they're not bringing back the Arkhamverse. I don't
Be
care
careful.
whatever they're saying.
You can't say
We,
that publicly, even if
we,
it's leaks, because we
uh,
played the game.
yeah, but I'm not talking about what I played. I'm talking about what is
You
out there.
still be careful. Still be careful. You
I'm
have
not.
to.
I'm not saying. I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything about what I played. I can't even really. I can't even really
Don't
say
even, I
that I
wouldn't even
played the
take the
game.
risk, blinded. I wouldn't even take the risk.
All I'm saying is that whatever James Gunn just put out about the Suicide Squad
Yeah.
game is not true. It's not true. And I don't know if he knows what is going on
Hell
with that game.
no.
Like now I'm like he definitely is. Sounds like he's talking out of his
You
ass.
think David Zaslav? You think the previous owners of Warner Brothers goes up to Rocksteady and say,
By the
"Oh,
by the way, the leaks are out there. You can go and look. There are
I
screenshots,
know. I just
literally
don't.
data mined from the game itself, and it's.
I just want you to be careful.
I know, but I like to make the point, right? I'm not lying. You can go and find
I
this
know.
stuff out there.
But we did.
Yeah, I did play it. I'm not talking about the quality of the game. I'm not talking about what is in that thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're allowed to say we played it. I can't elaborate.
Yeah, we played it.
Um,
Yeah, we could say that. You just,
but there's leaks out there that have nothing to do with what is being what was
but
in
I'll say that some of the stuff
what we
in the
played.
beta. I'm gonna be very, very careful. Some of the stuff we say in the beta, he actually was public before.
Most
say
of that
that.
stuff was not public though. I
Some
mean, like
stuff
we
was.
saw some.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to elaborate, but there was some stuff, but not really. Like most
Mhm.
of it was still pretty new. But
But
I'm
nothing.
saying that the leaks that are currently out right now to elaborate, because they can't get me on this one. The leaks are out there that has nothing to do with what
Yeah.
we played. No one knows that this was in the game until now. And so yeah,
If-
they're not making another Arkham game. And if they are going to do an Arkham game, I can guarantee you no one is going to play it because this is going to be a massive controversy. This game is going to be super controversial. And I'm not even talking about the live service elements. The story itself is going to be probably one of the most controversial stories in the last, I'm going to say since The Last of Us 2. I like The Last of Us 2, but The Last of Us 2 really pissed off a lot of people.
this is
I
it.
understand it. That's kind of the point of the game. But this is different. This is totally different. This is like someone walking up to you and slapping you in the face. Literally, that's literally what this game is. It's a slap in the face. Um, and it's even worse than some of the fake plot leaks from before. Like the fake
Mhm.
plot leaks from before. Honestly, that should have been the game. That's how bad this storyline is. This is not a storyline that you want to put out for your series. I don't understand what is going on at Rock City. Just this is madness. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Sorry.
All right. All right. Oh,
Feel
let's see what this is.
about this. Let's stop it. Let's make some changes. Let's remount and get something that we're all really proud of out. Now, still, the fact that they had to move it all the way to 2025 seems like a bit of a stretch. But at any rate, Chris,
It's very.
Yeah, and he just like
I've heard a lot
this
coming out. Some
like
people even speculate they're
oh
going to
my
reshoot
God.
80% of the movie. I've heard that that's not true. But still, clearly, Kevin Feige's not happy with it. They're going to make changes.
If you're
I mean,
reshooting
they've worked with this
80% of the
Matthew Orton
movie,
guy
that
before.
seems that seems a
At
If
little
first
you're
I had to do a double
reshooting
check
80%
'cause
of the
my
movie, you're
eyes,
doing a
my
whole
brain
new
interpreted
movie.
what I read as
Exactly.
Randy Orton,
Mhm.
and I thought Captain America's going to RKO people left, right, and center. He's just running around. But
It's not not the
but
wrestler.
and
he
pause,
wrote
pause.
one episode of Moon Knight.
The thing is like Campea also knows that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think most people should know that you don't need to shoot 80% of your movie to completely change the movie.
How
You can
many-
have elements that you already shot, reshoot things that fit with the things that you already
How much-
shot, and you get a different movie.
How much of Justice League was we shot with Josh Whedon?
I think it was, well, it had to been not a lot because Josh Whedon didn't get a credit at all. If Josh
Yeah.
Whedon reshot the movie 80%, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten
Well,
a
that's-
director's credit.
A lot of stuff in his cut was actually taken from Zack Snyder.
Ask Degrassi, what is the percentage of, like, there's a certain percentage that the
Mhm.
unions do, right? If you shoot or write something, it has to be a certain percentage that you contributed to it, right? And it has to be enough where it's significant, and then you would get the credit, right?
Oh.
So, and that's the reason why Joss Whedon doesn't have the credit on
Okay.
the Justice League movie, right? So, but it's still, he still changed that movie dramatically,
Yes, he
even
did.
though he didn't shoot a lot, right? You could just tell. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. John Campea is saying that, like, come on, that's so disingenuous, right? Like, those rumors are clearly bullshit, probably from, you know,
Effie Mackey and Harrison Ford, like, we should get paid for making 2 movies instead of 1.
nah.
I guess. Is this the right move for them right now? How do you feel about it? Guys, we want to take a second to
Oh.
thank a sponsor
Oh
of today's
my
video.
God.
Ingredients
Who edited
They make
this?
it
Like,
fun
that's such a
with the
terrible
code
edit.
Campy.
That's like,
There's one
oh,
thing
I
you
don't
need
have
to do before
premium.
buying anything
Oh, you want the Nintendo
online.
Switch?
Don't spend another
Oh,
dime on
man.
Amazon until you watch
Sometimes 2 writers' scripts get bought up and then they are never made. We've seen this with a lot of people. The writer of Bullet Train and Last Voyage of the Demeter, tons of scripts sold before
Yeah.
those things came to fruition. So probably has written a few more things, but these are what we know. And just for everyone's edification,
sure
too,
more
Devil's
stuff.
Peak
Yeah.
is on Mnet, which is a South African channel. It's
Okay.
a South African series. That all being said, I am trying to fill time so I can tread lightly on this topic because I have a source I don't want to reveal. A lot is going to be changed on this film.
So you know
Oh
what
yeah,
I
no
found out?
surprise, no surprise, lol.
Okay, you know what? You know, I just found out. You know, Bill Maher makes fun of comic book people, right? Yeah, all that
Yeah,
stuff. He
Bill Maher.
trashes on comic books, right? Do you know he was in Iron Man 3?
Bill Maher is in Iron Man 3. I don't even
Yes,
remember that.
yes, yes.
As in a cameo or like he was on TV in a
Probably
background
on the
somewhere.
TV thing.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yes.
I mean, I don't remember that,
Neither do I.
but
Neither
fuck
do
Bill
I.
Maher. You know, I fucking hate Bill Maher. Guy
Iron Man.
sucks.
Iron Man deleted the scene. I think it was.
Oh, it was in the deleted scene, but okay.
Come on.
It's pretty
Oh,
funny though.
A lot of things are happening here. What I'm excited about is that this shows they have faith in the project
Mm.
rather than completely scrapping it. Because if that were the case, we've
Why
already
would they
bringing in a
scrap
writer,
it?
and we've seen this with other studios.
Why
would go
do
with
they
the
do
project
this?
rather than investing more time and money into this?
Pause.
So it does make me
I hate when they do this. Like they say things that are like they're all this. Why would they scrap this movie? What possible reason would they want to scrap a Captain America movie? Do you know how bad that would look?
what's the whole point of Falcon Winter Soldier then?
Well, yeah, and then it's gonna cost you uh,
Look,
it's gonna
dude,
cost you a lot more money.
yo, this is not Warner Bros. They're not gonna do a write off.
Well, what Warner, not even Warner Brothers would do this.
Yeah.
No studio would write off a massive franchise like Captain America. Like, yeah, it's a new character and stuff like that, but it's still the Captain America brand.
It's still
Like,
it's still a character we know that from the previous Marvel stuff.
right.
Still someone we know. I'm blanking on his name. Shit, I can't. Oh, Sam Wilson. Sam
Yeah,
Wilson's
Sam
been
Wilson.
around. Still something we
Yeah,
know.
everybody saw the ending of Endgame
Yeah.
where he becomes Captain America. He gets the shield. So,
Well, technically, he was cresting about it, right? Steve Rogers wanted him, but he wasn't sure in his own show, though.
right. But still, like, people know
Yeah, that
he's
was
going to
the plan.
become Captain America, right? So,
Yeah,
even
he
if
just
they
didn't
didn't
feel.
watch the show, they know he's going to become Captain America.
Yeah, he didn't feel worth. Yeah, if he didn't. That's the thing, though. You know, people don't watch the show; they're gonna get confused.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, not kind of, but not really. I don't think it's going to be that confusing. It's not like Miss Marvel
The Marvels
um
had a lot of
or
references.
Maria Rambeau. Like it's not
Miss
like that.
Marvel, or or Nick Fury. There was yeah. The
Yeah,
Marvels had a lot of stuff. You know what?
that's a little bit more confusing.
You know what they have to if they do something like that. You know comics. We read comics. When
Right.
stuff you read an issue and something happens in the past issue or another series, they have always a blurb, right?
Yeah,
They
they
always
have
have a
that
blurb.
little asterisk and it tells you.
Why
Or
not
in the
for why
beginning of
not?
the comic, it
Yeah.
summarizes what happens.
Why not for them? Why not do that for the MCU? For the people that
Well,
don't watch the shows.
well, I'm a little confused. Did they not do that for the Marvels? Because I never saw the
I don't
Marvels,
remember.
right?
I don't think so.
Oh, because I thought someone said that was in the beginning of the Marvels, but okay.
No, they showed the after credit scene from the Miss Marvel with Brie Larson's character.
Right.
Yeah, they showed that part.
Well, I mean, that's not that bad of an idea because if you think about it, I mean, Star Wars has the crawl, right?
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, why didn't
Previously
Marvel ever
on.
do a recap? Yeah.
Yeah, previously on whatever, because not everybody watches a show, and like, oh wait, the witch gave this character power. The hex gave this character's powers. Now I gotta go watch WandaVision to
Right.
find out how. Like, reference
Like,
that
I mean,
in
like, would
some
it
way.
like are they concerned that it would look bad? I don't, because now that I think about it, I'm surprised they never did that. Like,
It's like
did a recap.
basically it's comics. It's comics on screen, right? And what do comics do? They
Yeah.
reference stuff that happened in other comics.
Yeah, they kind of have to because then
Yeah.
it would just get
You-
too confusing.
They have to do it for MCU now. They might have to do it for MCU.
They're gonna have to. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, to be honest. They should do that.
And you know, it might get people to watch the shows. Oh, that's how what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I think they should consider doing that. Yeah.
Well, I'll email Kevin Feige. Give me his email. I'll tell him.
Well, yeah, someone. I don't know
I
how.
mean-
I mean, they should try to maybe test it out with the Disney Plus.
I mean, they should
And
know that
then-
already. That's not something they should. Somebody just come up with something. They should know that already. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's-
but because I'm trying
Mhm.
to think, like, is there? I mean, I mean, I mentioned Star Wars, but like, is there a movie that does that? I'm trying to think. Like, does the Lord of the Rings movies do that? I don't think so.
No, because it's just 3 movies, and you just
Does
like,
Harry Potter do that? I don't think so.
No,
Is there a movie that does some?
because
Anybody
you know
who's
how-
watching, put in a movie that does that, because I really can't think of any movie that does that.
Oh, okay. Let's see what she has
It's
to say.
50%. Is that what he said?
50% for what? I don't remember.
For the director's credit.
Oh, arbitration. Oh, if it goes to arbitration.
Oh, okay then.
Optimistic that we're not giving up on this film. I do just hope they figure out what they need and find their footing.
Film.
Because I really want to see Anthony Mackie shine. I love Sam. I absolutely adore him. And I really want him to have his moment in the sun. So I'm hoping that these rewrites come out really, really well. At least what this gentleman has worked on too. You know, we have the one episode with Moon Knight, but a lot of what he's done is a lot of kind of intrigue, high stakes thriller kind of stuff. So
Well, I'm
I'm
pretty
hoping
sure
that's
some
the
will
right
have high
kind of thing we
stakes.
need to just inject into this movie.
It's a Marvel film. We all have high
Because I
stakes.
think that's what was so successful in the other Captain America films, right? In Winter Soldier,
especially.
right? Having that kind of 70s spy thriller feel worked so well in that. And I'm hoping they can kind of capture that lightning in a bottle again with this. And I hope these rewrites make it better than what it could be. I definitely am nervous about what's already been put together just because I know they're not happy.
Right. And it means too, because you mentioned it shows confidence in it, but it also shows their belief that it can be,
It's not even
financially
confidence. They have to.
because if they didn't believe this movie could make money, then they wouldn't go and drop another 75 million
Yeah.
into
Exactly.
it and take all this more time, right? I mean, and listen, this is not
When was the last time you heard Marvel saying that? Oh, we got to redo this because we don't believe this is going to make money. When was the last time you heard Marvel saying that?
Well, I don't think they've ever said that.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll ever admit to saying that.
yeah,
That's why they just delayed this.
yeah.
Only wants a single. Okay, All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
very
So,
different.
so in other words,
what happened to
Degrassi,
Warner
it doesn't work the same as like a screenwriter, right?
Yeah, or a producer. Because like producers have never worked on a movie before. I would obviously get like a credit sometimes.
Because I
right?
just assume, like, if you're gonna shoot 80% of the movie, right?
Yeah,
At that point, that should just go to the person who did 80% of the work, because that's majority of the movie anyway.
I don't know how the original writer. I don't know how he really feels about this.
I mean, he's probably already moved on, right?
He's moved on, but he probably wasn't happy. We don't know. We don't know, but I would assume he's not happy.
Brothers with the cancellation of Batgirl, right? This is basically Kevin Feige doing the same thing, saying this is not good enough to put out. The difference is they've got a property like Captain America that they believe can
This is your
absolutely
point. This is your
make up
point.
for any
Yeah.
additional money they put into it, as opposed to Batgirl, which, well, look at the financial results of all the DCU movies. That have
Yeah,
come out the last 10
Batgirl
years.
would have
None of them are gonna
bombed.
make money. So
Batgirl wasn't
If they
even
put
supposed to be, it was going to bomb
Yeah,
in theaters,
exactly.
but that's why they decided to HBO
Put it on
Max, and
Max.
then drop
Exactly.
it.
there was
Exactly.
that. But
Remember, Blue Beetle was
I
supposed
love
to
the
go to
fact that
Max
Kevin's
too,
doing this,
right?
and let's
Originally.
see
Yeah.
if we get
Blue
them
Beetle
solved.
probably would have been better off on Max.
Hey guys,
to
thanks
be
so much
honest.
for
Yeah.
watching this video.
Okay.
Make sure
That's that.
Yeah, I mean, they say a lot of. I think John Campea is doing a lot of damage control there. I forget that. Who's that woman's name? What's her name? I always forget her name.
Chris Carr.
Yeah, she clearly knows, yes, that this movie is not doing too well. That's what we heard. The only people really doing damage control are the scoopers, saying, "Oh, it was only action sequences," and no, they're reshooting the movie completely.
Oh, you mean the
movie did
Marvel
not
Shell
test well.
scoopers?
Yes, they're the ones who put out, "Oh, they're reshooting for action sequences and the movie's great and blah blah blah."
Do you need like 5 months to shoot action sequences all the time?
No, you don't. No, you don't. And even then, even then, if you're shooting 5 months, you know something's up. You're changing a lot of the movie, a significant portions of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't bring on a writer for writing action scenes. Like we already know Marvel does most of their action sequences in-house anyway. Like they have action sequences long prepared before a director and writer even
Mm-hmm.
come on. So yeah, like who are you fooling? You're only fooling the fans who forget all this information is out there. That's the only people you're fooling.
Yeah, they're trying to play. The scoopers are just trying to give false hope, or they're just trying. They're the ones. The reason for they were trying to hype up with the Marvels. That failed, right? And
Yeah,
the certain ones are trying to, and we know they're full of shit. We know Cinnamon is full of shit because he got caught lying about
yeah.
Deadpool and stuff. We know he's full of shit. Um, we know My Time to Shine has been full of shit lately. Um,
Pretty sure My Time to Shine and Toast are the same person.
I don't necessarily disagree. The Grassy kind of thinks so the same too.
Disagree.
Well, he thinks
I've heard some stuff, like it sounds like they're the same person. Like I don't know what's the point of having two accounts or why you're spreading like different rumors. It's weird.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And yeah, I know she's trying like Cinematose is trying to hype up the Marvels. Yeah. It's a great movie. It's a good movie. I'm like, shut up, man.
They were the one. Do you remember when they said that they put out they put out the post credit scene, which was true, right? To give them credit, the Beast being in the post credit, that was true. But then
You never said anything
they
about
were trying
Hawkeye.
to.
Kate Bishop.
I don't remember that one,
They did. I don't
but
remember.
I
Did
don't
they
think they did.
really?
I don't think they did. I don't think they did. But I just don't remember. Like I don't remember anything hearing about
Hmm.
that Kate Bishop was in the
Yeah, I don't
Marvels.
remember
They
either.
did say Valkyrie was in the Marvels before she was in the trailer. I do remember that, but I
Oh,
don't remember Kate Bishop. Um no, but my point was that they put out this big scoop, then they try to say, "Oh, don't go to the Marvels just for Beast. Go to see the movie to support it and blah blah blah." And it's messed up that people are only gonna go see it for Beast
no.
and but they
If
put that out there.
if
They
people
are the
did
ones
go,
who put that out there. So
yeah, if people didn't go see Superman in Black Adam, what makes you think they're gonna do it for Beast?
Beast.
No
I know, right? Like but
disrespect
that's
to Beast.
but that's the but you- that's the thing, right? These Marvel scoopers, these shills, that's what they think. They think, oh, like a good post credit scene will go.
Well,
Like I
I
think
like the
if
post.
Hugh Jackman was in that post credit scene, I
Now,
I, I want to say maybe it would have made a difference, but I don't think so.
if it's the 1997 X-Men in live action, I'll be happy. That'd be like I'll be happy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking forward to that over What If season 2.
I don't even think I'm watching What If season 2. And I like the first season, but
Yeah.
I'm just not interested.
Um. So we're gonna the main one is gonna the main topic the main video it's gonna be Sony versus MCU if they affect each other.
Mhm.
But that's gonna be the ending. This is gonna be the one we're gonna do now is about Jonathan Majors. Now, personally, this whole thing, it's a mess on both sides.
Say that again. Is this Jonathan Majors?
Yeah. It's a mess on
Okay.
both sides. Okay, I think that both parties, both the woman, the girl, his girlfriend, and him have issues, have problems.
I haven't,
Okay,
to be honest, I'm not really keeping up with any of this
okay,
stuff. So you're gonna
okay.
have to explain.
Okay, I have an article right here. Okay, I'm gonna pull up this article, then I'm gonna pull up the video. Brief.
I just know that okay, well, was the victim was like chasing
No,
him or something or
yes, the victim was. He wasn't the victim. Actually, she wasn't the victim. He's the one running away from her
right,
in the
that's what I
video.
mean. The victim is
Yeah,
running is sorry, yeah, that's what I meant.
yeah, and there's proof of that. I mean, it looks so
Right.
weird, like a strong built man running away from such a weaker woman, but like whatever. She never knows she's crazy. You don't want to mess with crazy woman.
I mean,
That's
well, if he's running, if he's gonna like confront her, that doesn't look good either.
yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, the trial. So apparently, the trial they're gonna go back to court tomorrow, and they might and the verdict and there might be a verdict as early as tomorrow.
He cried in court
Yeah, he did.
for what?
A verdict. I'm gonna read the article. A verdict could come Monday. This is from Independent. I don't know. A verdict could come in. Basically, I'm not. It's gonna come in for Marvel's Jonathan Majors, who's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. So yeah, the jurors began deliberating on Thursday afternoon and had not reached a verdict by the end of Friday, because it's not. It's
Okay.
not black and white. It's very. There's actually a lot of gray in this trial.
Right.
Yeah. Earlier this week, Judge Michael Gaffey permitted the release of a wealth of evidence, including text messages, photographs, footage of recording the actor calling himself a great man. Yeah, I heard that. Did you hear about that?
No.
911 call from the night of a dad's attack. So this
He's
calling
calling himself a great man in the 911 call.
This text message. No, this part was from like a year ago, I think, 2022.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with the 2023. Well, it has to do with the case because it could affect her. But so here's basically what the text is saying. The text shows Majors dissuading Jabari from going to the hospital following a separate alleged altercation in 2022, saying it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something. Obviously, even yeah, that's true.
Right.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
here's the funny part. Meanwhile, in the audio recordings, Majors is heard telling the dancer he needs a great woman similar to Michelle Obama. Videos show the couple battling on the streets of New York. And in the closing arguments, the defense painted Jabari as a liar and accused her of revenge partying. Revenge partying? Is that a thing?
Revenge party?
After the alleged assault. The prosecution called the private driver, this is the driver from the incident, biased witness to the man who paid him. Wait a minute.
So they're trying to say that she lied about it, and then she had that she went to the hospital, and then she left, and then she went to go party or something. I don't.
Yeah.
What the hell is revenge party? I don't.
Revenge party. I don't know what revenge party is.
Yeah, and they put it in quotes like. Okay,
yeah, he did. Degrassi knows what I'm talking about. Okay.
Right.
So, Majors. Oh, he's dating Megan Good. Majors has been supported throughout this trial by his girlfriend Megan Good. Oh yeah, she's from Shazam, right? She played one of the characters that becomes a. Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, we know that. So, here's the. It's so weird. Jonathan Majors will use that as an avatar. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this is real, but like you could easily mistake it as a fake.
Right.
What an avatar. Seriously. Look at this. It sounds like Stockholm syndrome right here. It sounds like sounds like a Joker Harley Quinn relationship.
So what? Why is he crying in court? Like, is it she went out on him because he cheated on her?
Typical Hollywood. Now, is this the video? No, where's the video of her? Oh, where's the video of her running away? Yeah, so there was a video of her chasing him after the taxi. And to me, this is like, I know most people are on Johnny Depp's side with Amber Heard. This is not as bad as that, obviously. It's not bad it's not even close to that, but it's still not good. But just be honest, Johnny Depp is not all innocent in all that either.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Do you know what this is to me? This is a toxic relationship on both sides.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, he sounds like he's putting on a real act show. Because what is he crying about? I don't understand.
Maybe his career is ruined. Maybe seriously, dating Megan Good. I don't know, man. You think?
Yeah, and also too, like, does it look all that great that like within the same year of doing all this, he gets a new girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like, why not just like? I don't know. It looks like he just moved on real quick. Like, okay. Like, I mean, if he was genuine, like he actually cared about her, and like she's the one that's having this meltdown, or I don't know. This sounds. The reason why I haven't been paying attention is it sounds like a mess, and I just want to hear the verdict. And I'll probably go back and look at the evidence.
I
I
know.
mean, we are looking at evidence right now, but
You know, I think it's
you know
gonna
what I mean.
happen. I I don't know. I like. I think he's gonna get off.
You think he's gonna get off?
Yeah,
Is
I
that a
do.
common? Is that like a common?
I don't think he'll be charged with anything seriously. I don't think it's gonna ruin his career. I mean, it'll look like a stain, maybe, but
Well, I think his career is kind of already ruined. Like, is anybody really gonna want to work with him right after
that's
this?
a good
Probably not.
question. Good question. Then
It's gonna take some
okay,
time.
let's get to the video then, because it could affect Kang, right? So we'll get to the video now from John Campea, Johnny C. I call him. I'm gonna call him Johnny C.
The
Johnny.
camper is what I call him.
Yeah, I call them both now. Okay, let's see what I gotta share it up. Yeah, I told you it's gonna be a long stream.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Um, the camper.
The camper. What's the camper got to say now?
What? I don't want to start the video. That's a pretty good face.
No, man.
John Campea makes great facial reactions when he pauses. Like you can just he does him and Grace, man.
Yeah, they just.
That's what I do. That's what I try to do. Look at him with the Canada sweatshirt on.
No, man.
Oh wait, I forgot. I got to put
The
it
last
on him.
couple of months has been the story of Jonathan Majors. Not because we care one dip of urine about, the TMZ nonsense stuff, but we're literally talking about the biggest movie franchise in the world
Dang.
and the character that's supposed to be the linchpin of the entire phase of this cinematic universe, and Kang the Conqueror being played by Jonathan Majors. Now, of course, we all know he got charged with assault. The trial has started. They did have certain things kept under court seal. Those seals have been removed. And now there is a real likelihood with what's now become public, pardon me, that Jonathan Majors is going to be replaced. And I talked to a couple of people in the last 24 hours
Yahoo!
that seem to believe that as well. Before we get to that, though, let's actually look at what was revealed in court. And now, again, I don't care about court cases, but this has direct implications on the biggest movie franchise in the world and the direction their whole storyline is going. So it becomes relevant for our discussion.
Who did you talk to?
But of course, in the court case, Jonathan Majors that was under seal and then released, text messages between him and his former girlfriend, and then a voice message released from him, and none of it paints Jonathan Majors in a very good light.
This is Hollywood narcissism. You go to a trial with sunglasses on.
Well, I mean, like he's putting on a show because, like I said, I mean, in a domestic abuse case, you're gonna cry in court. Like, I need to know the context of that because that to me sounds like you're putting on a show at that point. Like, if he was showing like actual, genuine, like I actually care about this person, or that, like I need to know the context of that because that doesn't look great in my opinion at all.
Amber Heard tried to put an act, like not crying or anything, but she tried to put an act, and like nobody believed her because she's not a good actress. That's why.
But
look at this. I just think wearing sunglasses to court, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's looking real buffoonery, to be honest. Like, who's gonna hire him even if he's innocent?
Yeah. Come on, we wear a jacket, wear a suit, obviously, but wearing sunglasses, seriously, inside. Nah.
He's looking real goofy.
I have a rule. I don't care if you're famous. I no problem wearing sunglasses outside, right? But people that think they're important have to wear sunglasses. But if you come to my place and you think you're important wearing sunglasses in my home, I'm gonna tell you to take them off.
I'm gonna do that. If I ever go to your house.
But it's a sign of respect, Blinder, right? It's a sign of respect.
I mean, it's a little weird when people are wearing sunglasses inside. I mean,
to me, it's disrespectful.
Point?
Yeah, it's disrespectful. It's trying to be more important than them inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he doing something else? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
What was he doing? that caught my attention. It's been a while, but anyway, just let's continue with the video.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
what he's saying.
Look at him. It looks like he's going to. It looks like a Hollywood movie scene. Look at this. Looks
Oh,
like he's
man.
doing a movie.
This at length, but this comes to us from the folks over at Forbes.
It's Kang going to
wrote this.
court. Oh, damn
Oh
it!
man. Oh no.
When you finally agree on a holiday movie.
How much is premium anyway?
M&M's for all fun kind.
Not M&M's.
Things have now reached a point where it should be impossible for Disney to continue working with majors in the wake of what's continually coming out about his behavior. This Friday, in his domestic violence case, text messages previously inadmissible, but now read to the jury in the case, reveal that Majors appears to be advising his girlfriend, accuser Grace Jabari, not to go to the hospital after he gave her a head injury, even if she lied about what happened.
That
Quote,
picture, Majors has a huge
I fear you
nose.
have no
that
perspective
nose
of what could
big.
happen if you
Huge.
go to the hospital. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation. Even if you do lie, they suspect something. And then
That sounds
Jabari
like
did
crazy
not get through
manipulation.
reading her full
Holy.
messages without
But
crying,
it's true. Even
and a
if
prosecutor had to take over.
because they have to take everything seriously,
I
right?
will tell the doctor,
Well,
this is from the girlfriend.
let him finish and
I will
I'll
tell the doctor I
explain.
bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? He proceeds to tell her that he's a
Jeez.
monster and threatens to kill himself, among other troubling texts.
Oh
The
wow.
audio recording sheds new
It
light
sounds
on
like
the
Stockholm
case
syndrome.
and on the pair's relationship, as well as into Major's high opinion of himself. I am a great man, Major says at one point in the clip. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
Hey,
And then I
you know what?
accidentally-
Dog, you haven't even. What is he talking about? Like,
Hey, Jonathan
I mean-
Majors. Hey. Instead of Kang, he could play the Joker.
he's talking like he's like gonna be in like a cultural changing movie.
No.
Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking
There
about?
are some people that know Jonathan Majors from the past that he kind of is that they believe he is kind of a narcissist asshole. And sometimes on set, reports on set, people saying like he's kind of has an attitude.
I mean,
See,
those
I-
texts do not.
Well, yeah,
That sounds like straight up
he
manipulation.
also did have
to
a
me.
bubble in the hand. But
Yeah, that's what he would. That's what it was trying to
I
think
mean,
of. Yes.
he was gonna have he was gonna have to put his hand on the Bible anyway. when you're in
That to
court.
me is like projection. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's-
That's projection.
He's trying to make it a
'Cause-
Hollywood show. Yeah, like seriously, it's not. It's not taking.
Well,
he's
I think it's projection because why would you
yeah,
like?
true.
In other words, you're bringing the Bible into court because, to show I'm not lying, right? Because you're swearing on the Bible, I'm not lying. So it just makes him seem really like, he's trying to self-aggrandize. He's trying to be like, look, I'm telling the truth. I'm important. Like I'm trying to hold together my career, and this is holding me back. And why would I lie? It just and the thing is, right? This text, this looks really bad. Like I don't know how you can spin this. You can't spin this at all, right? This is
Sounds like
because here's the thing, right? If she goes to the hospital and
sounds
they
like a
examine her,
sociopath.
why would they question? The only thing is, right? The only reason why they may question her is if the head injuries line up are like
Yeah.
bruises.
He sounds very
Right.
sociopathic here. He sounds very sociopathic.
Yeah. Like
Like-
if it's like genuine, like her head hurts and they don't see anything, like why would they question, hey, like did your boyfriend hit you in the head?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not something unless you can visibly see that there's bruises.
Marks.
Right. Well, yeah, if he hit her in the head, it would be bruises, right? So,
Yeah.
that to me, that's some manipulation stuff because that's not what the hospital's
I'm
going to
doing.
do.
I'm doing great things. It's not just for my culture
Yeah.
in the world. Like,
Yeah, look, and he's trying to say, hey, don't try to, in other words, he's saying, don't try to drag me down over something as quote unquote minor as this. But he hit her in the head. Like, what the fuck? Like, Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you
there at the
can
end that I shouldn't have, because we already read that part.
I mean, he
continue with
sounds like
that.
Kang.
Everything sounds good. I mean, listen,
It sounds like Kang. I know Kang's a villain, but he's not the type of them. I mean, if he hits a woman, it's because he's a villain, a real villain.
That was just a bad joke.
Yeah, it was a
on
terrible
face
joke.
value,
I mean, like I hate those people that say, "Oh, he hit a woman." I'm like, if the villain hits a woman, it's because he's a villain. Villains do bad stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and that's movies and TV stuff, okay? And
He
And I
just
hate
sounds
those-
like a piece
yeah.
of crap
yeah,
with
but he
that
does.
text.
and there, let me say up front, there could be other interpretations. I'm just saying,
Feels
on
like a
face value,
sociopath.
what
Sociopath.
appears to be happening
Which,
here
to be
is
honest
that
with you,
Jonathan Majors gave his
to be-
girlfriend a
to
head
be-
injury.
Be honest with you, I think most people in the entertainment industry have some sociopathic tendencies in them because they kind of
Yeah.
have to, right? Kind of have to. But whatever.
And then tried to talk her out of going to the hospital, even though she was in incredible pain to the point that she couldn't sleep and needed stronger pain meds. He tried to talk her out of going to the hospital because it might look bad on him.
Of course it would.
And
Yeah.
then reminding her that he's very important. That in that last thing about saying, I'm doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and the world. Basically, hey, if you go to the hospital, you could hurt the world. You could hurt
Yeah.
the world if you let people know what happened.
Hurt the world from what exactly? Shitty movies?
I'm gonna hurt
Not
the
getting
world
shitty
from
movies?
no blinded. I'm gonna hurt the world from them not seeing me as Kang in the upcoming Avenger movies.
Yeah. A movie barely anybody saw, right? Like Ant-Man 3. But the
You're not gonna
come
see
on.
me. You're not gonna see Kang Dynasty now.
Yeah, that's a joke right there. That's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Even if a politician or like the president said this, like people would be like, this is fucking sickening, right? But like I don't know what in his mind thought that he can get away with that. Like that's just disgusting. That's just disgusting. Yeah.
What is clear, at least to me, in my own interpretations of what I'm seeing, is that Jonathan Majors is a dick.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, he's a manipulative piece of
Look,
shit.
and it's somebody who needs
Yeah.
medical attention, and you're trying to tell them, please don't go to the don't seek the medical attention you need, because I'm afraid it's going to look bad on me. He's a dick. Professing himself to be a great man.
yeah.
That's not
Megan
just
Good.
being a dick. You're a piece of shit. Because
Yeah.
what?
Why? Yeah,
Pretend like
Megan
he's never
Good.
ta-
Megan Good. Dump him. Megan. Dump him.
No, and you have to wonder about Megan Good too. Why? First off, why is she there at the court with him?
Oh, just
That to me
support
seems
him.
a little bit weird. You just started dating him a couple months ago, and you're like, they're supporting him. It looks weird. It looks weird to me.
Would any hearing those?
I don't know why any woman would wanna
money.
show up. Maybe it is because of money. I
Well,
don't
she
know.
has
Like
money.
that looks really bad. That looks really bad. I mean, even if he's found innocent, I don't think anybody's gonna want to work with someone who says things like that. That's really disgusting.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
like, let's be honest, right? Just because you don't get charged, that necessarily doesn't mean you're not innocent, right? You just haven't found
Well,
enough
yeah.
evidence. And
Well, I mean, what I want to know is, like, why was he? I mean, like it's clear. In my mind, if you're saying, "Hey, don't go to the hospital because they might suspect something," clearly something was visible.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he's clearly guilty
He
of
did.
something.
He did. Yeah, he clearly did something to her. Like,
You just don't go to the
and it
hospital.
was pretty bad. Like,
You just don't go to the hospital. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit the hospital guy. I'm gonna just go to the hospital and check in. Of course, like seriously, he did something.
he did
And
something
then
really
have
bad
a
to her.
great man.
Jeez.
Listen, I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know
not a
Jonathan
great
Majors.
man if you're doing
Maybe
that
he's not
shit
a
too.
dick
By the way.
in totality. And maybe it's true that all of us at
So
one
wait
point
a
or another,
minute.
if you
Wait a
catch us at
minute.
the-
Wait a minute. So Megan and Jonathan were in a relationship before. then they came out of the relationship because he cheated on Megan with this woman, and now that
Wait,
she's out of
wait.
the picture,
They
wait,
were
wait,
in
wait.
a real. Okay. So Megan Good was dating Jonathan Majors before, but Jonathan Majors cheated
On
on her
Megan,
with the victim in this case, whatever I can't remember the victim's name.
Grace
Sorry,
Jabari, that's her name.
Grace Jabari. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like, is Megan Good? Like, is she clearly she's not?
She's not
She's
innocent.
yeah, there's something wrong with
Other
her,
way
right?
around. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's the other way around. Okay. Well, yeah. So what? Either way, I don't think Megan Good. Like, she doesn't look. I'm like I don't understand. Like, who does that? Who brings their new girlfriend to their fucking abuse trial? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's just weird behavior. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Like, and she's standing behind him, like, like
See, they
okay, so if he's found guilty, right? Like, you know,
see
he was gonna do that to you too,
ab-
right? Like,
abuse and cheating like that. It's just another thing to add to him as being more as a
but
scum.
like, does she not have like a spine or like
I don't know.
realize like he's gonna do that to her too?
Good
Like,
is his old new girl.
like she looks like that's
Like,
totally nuts. Like, what the hell?
I honestly hate anybody that cheats on others. Like,
This guy's a total scumbag. Like,
yes, abuse and cheating. Like, I'm
and
sorry.
there's people out here defending him. I'm blown away.
I don't, oh my
There's people out
god.
here on Twitter defending him. I don't know what's going on, man. Like,
The wrong moment. All of us will look like a dick if you catch us at the right moment or the wrong moment, as the case
Oh,
may
you want to
be.
know?
I don't think people are saying that though, John.
I'm gonna be
Are
careful. I'm gonna be careful blinded because I think you're more. I think you might know this more. I'm gonna be careful what I say because it might perceive as
it's
racist.
okay. Just
Grace
say,
Grace Jabari is a white woman,
yeah, she's a white woman. Yeah,
and she's going after a black man.
yeah. Well, I know that that's gonna make some people
Yeah.
feel a type of way, right?
Yeah.
And I get that, but the thing is, like, if they're, you see the text right there.
I joined the grass.
I love the host of Celebrity Cheaters. Holy shit, man. Oh my god.
Can I be like a judge? Who is the worst celebrity cheaters of them all? Let's do it.
All of these people, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know how, the thing is,
Flair.
like, John is being way too, as usual, loves to do this, where they don't go in hard enough, I feel like.
Mhm.
John, no one is doing this. No rational, normal person in our society is abusing their loved ones and then telling them not to go to the hospital. That's not just being a dick. You're a manipulative piece of shit. That's what that is. Okay, that is super toxic. Nobody should be doing shit like that. Because it's not only it's terrible for your physical and mental health. So the fact that you like, we don't even really need a lot of context to read that. Like,
I can,
what's the context? Like, the
I can
context
just-
is right there.
I can see Kevin Feige calling him or saying, coming to his office, saying, "Yeah, Jonathan Majors will let you go," and Jonathan Majors will be like, "You can't let me go. I'm important to this world."
Well, wasn't there something about his agency? Like, a story came out
I think
about
they
his.
did. Did they drop him or what? No,
They dropped him
maybe.
before the all the stuff was going
So,
on.
according to his filmography on Wikipedia's grain of salt. Yes, no film. His film filmography has not been updated since Creed 3.
Right.
Because I think
No, but there was a story. Do you remember this? Maybe it was like a month ago, or
maybe Degrassi might. I don't know.
there was a story about Jonathan Majors' agency and how before this whole story came out, they already dropped him.
Yeah.
And so Marvel was having problems with negotiating with him because he didn't have an agent. And so and then this story happened where he's caught
Yeah,
abusing his
because
girlfriend.
Loki
S-
season 2, you already signed on for that.
So I mean, like, they're going to obviously recast Kang regardless of what if he's getting ill if he's guilty or innocent. I think that's already pretty clear. Like, he's not even. It's not like this is. This is not Denzel Washington, right? This is not like an actor. This is not Will Smith, right? Like
This is up and coming guy. Like
yeah,
he's known now, but he's still up and coming in a way where he can reach those guys' levels. Yeah.
yeah. Like Hollywood is not gonna have a problem just throwing him away. No one
No,
is gonna remember this guy.
Hollywood throw you away in a heartbeat if they could find a way.
Yeah,
If they would do that. You get canceled like that in Hollywood.
yeah. So I don't understand what this whole thing about is. Oh, they're not gonna recast him because some of the scoopers are like they're not gonna recast him
Yeah.
and things like that. Even if he's not recast, like, and if Marvel, for seriously, if Marvel is having some problem being like, we can't recast him for whatever reason, that just shows you how inept Marvel is. Because it's as simple as you just get a new actor. Okay, you've
Yeah.
done it before. Stop making the excuses of, oh, we can't recast our characters because of X reason, because they're supposed to be the definitive version, or it's going to be too confusing. Whatever the reason is, it's not a good reason. You should just recast him, and this is just a blunder and move on because this is not worth anybody's time. Like, clearly, this guy, the fact that there's already people talking about like he has a history and he's like
Yeah.
well known for this. Who the hell cares if he's innocent or guilty? Why take on that liability? That makes no sense. Like, that's why people get canceled. And it's not because they're guilty or they're guilty. Let's be honest, it's because, well, if they're innocent, they may be innocent in the court, right? But that doesn't mean they're going to continue or not continue that behavior somewhere else in private.
Hmm.
They may as well just continue because if you think about it, they got away with it. Why am I going to risk that on a set? That's stupid. And that's why people get canceled. Like, being honestly, there's really no canceling, right? Like, because no one, it's not like every single person is
So
going to go
true.
to
Not
court over
100%.
this stuff.
There's not 100% canceling. There's
I don't really believe
yeah.
in this whole canceling thing, right? If
I
you
agree.
say
You can find
something
a
and
way.
do,
Yeah, you could find a way
yeah,
not being canceled. Like, look, let's
there's
yeah.
a reason why people are not going to associate with you, right?
Just
Regardless of
yeah.
what the court says, what the law says.
Gina Carell's not canceled. She's still doing work. It's not in the mainstream stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, it does vary, but
Yeah.
like, if a collection of people don't want to associate with you, that's just how it is, right? Like, there's really no one that's going to come in and help you,
Yeah.
right? And so, and the thing is, like, this is a serious case where he could
Um,
easily do this again. That's what I'm saying. Why is Megan Good standing there with him? Like, no offense, but you could be his next victim. You may as well might be his next victim. Like, maybe not. Maybe he actually does love you. I don't know, but why even risk that? Like, some
Hey,
people, I
hey.
feel like,
Even people that say they love you, even they love you, they do still do that stuff.
yeah, they'll still do that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and like, she hasn't been dating him long. It's not like they're like these long-term friends, right? I don't know, but it doesn't seem like that because where was she when all this was going down? So this I don't know. This guy, I always said this guy, once this story all came out, he just sounds like a piece of crap. He sounds like a piece of shit. He's rising the ranks. And for whatever reason, Hollywood latched onto him. I don't know why. He wasn't that great. I personally didn't think he was that great. In the stuff that I seen him in.
What, like
So
Lovecraft Country? I think that's where
yeah,
it's.
Lovecraft Country. I didn't think he was all that great. I couldn't even really finish that show.
Mhm.
Um,
That's
so
that's what got him the Marvel role. That show.
yeah, and I feel I don't know also too if Hollywood is like they feel some type of way because he is black, right? And the thing is, like, Hollywood doesn't really do a lot for minorities. Like, they say they are, but look at what they're doing right now with all these check boxes and stuff. That's not really helping minorities at all. If anything, you're creating a bunch of radical people that are gonna now hate minorities because they're being forced into things that they don't really
Yes,
need to be
yes.
forced into. Um, you can find other ways of organically putting them, like Little Mermaid. Like I keep saying, the Little Mermaid could have been. You could have, you could have had Ariel be black, and the story take place in the Caribbean, and that would actually have been unique because there's no movies about the Caribbean cultures at all, right? You
Barely.
know, yeah, I mean, I think most people know I'm half black, but like my
I
heritage comes
know.
from the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
And there's literally nothing, like there's no movies or anything about the Caribbean at all.
Only movie I can
So
think of is like Cool Runnings.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's it. And that was a great
that's
movie.
about it. Yeah, but like they could have done something that was unique there, but
Yeah.
they didn't. They did the whole check boxes. Let's have like a bunch of, different
Yeah.
people of different cultures and stuff, but
I
I don't
mean,
know. It doesn't really make sense.
like, look, it makes sense for a movie like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, obviously, right? It wouldn't make sense for
Right.
like
But
Wakanda
they could
Forever.
have done that still with the
Yeah.
Caribbean because the Caribbean, there's so many different types of
Yes.
people in the Caribbean. There's West Indian people. There's a
Yes.
lot of Asians in the Caribbean too. A lot of
Yes.
people don't know that. Um,
There's
there's obviously white people in the Caribbean. There's mixed people like me from the Caribbean. Like,
hey George.
so I don't, you know
Um,
what I mean? Like, it's just disingenuous. Um, and so I feel like they're kind of
mhm.
upset that, oh, this rising black actor who could have been the next Will Smith or, uh, you know what I mean? Like the fact that there's not a lot of black actors that people can name off the top of their heads is
Oh,
kind of
George.
sad too.
We don't have a time limit, but because we got to get through this
No.
video another one, and then that's it.
Yeah, we're going on for long. It's almost in
Yeah.
2 hours, but
I said this
we'll
was gonna
keep
be a
going.
long stream. Oh, and I freaking.
Oh man,
Uh-oh.
bad luck.
But
Yeah,
it
let's continue.
doesn't look good.
No.
It doesn't look good. And listen, I'm also a person that somebody being a dick does not mean they shouldn't have their jobs. Listen, when I drink from this cup, I don't wonder, is the person who made my cup a good person?
Disagree. Actually, being a dick or a diva actually has hurt people's careers.
Yeah.
Look at
I
Catherine
don't
Heigl.
think you should be a dick anyway.
Yeah.
But like I get his point. I mean, John Campea is a dick,
Remember-
so I guess that's why he's
remember-
got to say this.
Remember the rise of Catherine Heigl in the mid 2000s, early 2010s?
Right.
And remember all the stories about her at Offset and all that stuff? That ruined her movie career. All that stuff was coming about her. That ruined
Right.
her career. So being a dick or being a bitch, sorry for my language there, but or fat or a diva could hurt your career.
Yeah.
Hey George.
Yeah, I don't think it's good for anybody to be a dick in the workplace
Yeah.
anyway.
Love my headline, guys.
Hey George.
Oh, Rebel Moon sucks. Yeah. We're gonna can't wait for next week, man. I can't wait.
Yo,
Oh
there's
my
gonna be
God.
two movies that suck coming out soon. We got this and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I should have a double roast fest.
I'm more interested in seeing, I'm more interested in Iron Claw in Aquaman.
Damn, seriously?
Iron Claw looks good. I'm a wrestler.
I haven't seen the trailer, but no, I'm just surprised that you're saying that.
Okay.
I thought you were excited for Aquaman.
I'm a little bit, but Iron Claw's
Okay.
different. Hits more home to me. It's a
Okay, that
wrestling
makes
Or
fan.
they
and
kind
knows,
of an asshole?
knows about
Because
that
there's a difference
family
between being an
tragedy.
asshole and being a criminal.
Okay, I didn't know that actually. I
Um,
thought it was a
Here's the
boxing
thing. Here's the thing. There's criminals that pretend to be nice, right? Like on YouTube, they're still
Right.
assholes.
Well, let's be honest here. How and I know this is like going in a dark direction. How many handsome guys turned out to be serial killers?
Oh yeah, a
A
lot of them.
lot.
Like a
Well-
lot of them. So like just because someone might seem nice doesn't mean they're really a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let me tell you something.
We know actors like
Yeah,
what we see on screen is not them, they're acting.
let me tell you something, guys. When you're being nice, because such as being nice, like con artists, to try to be nice, you try to get your money, all that, they're really assholes.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. That's the thing. You really
Yeah.
never know. But there's signs, right? There's red flags.
Yeah, look.
And
Yeah,
sorry.
And
Sometimes
while
they're your
the
heroes.
text messages and the voicemails are damning, I do want to point out that they don't necessarily, the text messages don't say, don't worry, I won't tell the doctor you threw me against the wall and then punched me in the face. It doesn't say
Oh,
that.
Campea!
Maybe there's another interpretation. Maybe they're playing a
Campea!
vigorous
Why
game
is
of
he
Twister
in
that
the
went
hospital
south.
then? Why would
I
she go
don't
to the
know.
hospital
I'm just
then?
saying on face value. it
Oh,
doesn't-
she's just gonna go to the hospital to say hi to the doctors. That's it.
But the thing is though, like, I get what he's saying, but at the same time, like, she says her head hurts,
Yeah.
and he's saying don't go, and she's saying I need stronger medication. Clearly, that's not just a headache or a migraine, John. Clearly, why, and on top of that too, right? This is what I'm saying. Why would he? Let's just pretend that she has a headache or a migraine. Why would he say
Just take an
don't go to
Advil
the
or
hospital
something.
and this
Yeah.
can ruin me over a headache and a migraine?
Yeah.
Like John, like seriously, it's it's right there. It's literally right there. Read between the lines. Like, come on. I can't believe he said that though. Like what is he like seriously? Like what is it? This is what we talk about with John Campea. It's like he doesn't have self-awareness. Why not cover your ass by saying, well, we'll have to see if this holds up in court, okay, that's fine, right? But why say that? Like, come on, man. It's right there. It's literally right there.
That's so stupid. Like, yeah, Degrassi's right. She could have a concussion.
She could have a concussion, exactly. It's literally right there, John.
It's not hard
what
to figure
else?
out.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out. Once you read his text, you should understand what is going on. He clearly hit her in the head. He did something to damage her, right? Maybe he pushed her and she hit her head or something, right? It's
Yeah.
right there. He's the reason why she has a problem with her head. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is a true John Campea moment.
Look great.
I should have done a solo video on this
Then
too.
spoke because I've been home sick the last couple of days. So I've had a lot of time to watch One Piece and talk to people on the phone. I talked to two different
Oh
producers.
my God,
Hollywood
Degrassi.
producers.
Oh shit! What?
And both of them said to me,
That's-
one of them with direct
Oh my
connections to
God, Degrassi.
said to me, they just.
I
don't
need
see
to know
any
the
way Jonathan
context of that. I'm
Majors- After
confused.
this, there's no way.
I
Jonathan
think I know
Majors
you're
stays on
trying
his
to.
king.
I'm not gonna say it here, but
And it's not a matter.
You're
about
gonna have
whether
to
he's
tell
found
me because
innocent or
I'm
guilty. It's a
confused.
perception thing
oh,
that
off,
Disney,
off.
particularly Iger, is pretty protective of his family brand. Now, I also want to point out specifically,
It's not
because I
even a
often get
family
quoted out of
brand.
context, that neither of these two producers I spoke to said, I talked to Bob Iger and they told me they're going to be kicking out Jonathan Majors. That didn't happen. I'm just saying that these producers I spoke to who
She
have some
hit her
connections
head
there
when she was
believe that
exiting
after
the
this, from
vehicle.
what they understand of
Okay, if she was exiting the vehicle, why is
Okay.
why is this?
But why is
Those-
he? That's what I'm trying to say. You read her text, then you read his text. Clearly, there's something else going on, right? Because
Yeah.
why would he say that if he wasn't involved or did something to her, right? Like, why would he say that? And even if that is the case, right? Like, that still is very manipulative. Because, well, like, what is he trying to hide? Like, what is he trying to do? It makes you wonder. It makes it worse for him. Regardless of whatever it is, the context of it, it doesn't look good. No matter which way you go, it does not look good. And that's the point.
It sounds like Campea got the vid. Yeah, Bob.
God.
of Marvel and how it operates and how it works. They believe there's really not a place or a way that they can imagine that Jonathan Majors is going to continue on as Kang. If they keep the Kang character,
Show us the reports
all.
first, please. Like that's the title of your
it also
video.
needs to be
So
pointed
which
out.
reports?
And we need
Which
to do this with
insiders?
whenever there's a court case we're
Show
discussing.
us.
Always
Show us
presumed
evidence.
innocent until proven
His
guilty.
buddies. I think it's just his buddies.
But this may not be a situation.
Oh, it sounds like scoopers to me, right?
Yeah. I mean, he remember that one. Did I show you that video where one of the scoopers calls him and he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have to take this call later," and
Yeah.
he was like trying to
yeah.
flex.
Company may go, we don't want to be associated
I do
with you,
cock.
whether or not you're found guilty. There's enough out there right now that we can't associate our brand with you.
I wouldn't associate with Jonathan Majors.
I mean, I don't know.
The
Again, on
only
one hand,
way
don't
I
feel
would
that
associate
being
with
Nick, there's
Jonathan
any
Majors in
requirements
this
to you doing your
case
job
is
that
if
you're
I
not a
was
dick.
his
A lot of
family
people in the
or
world are
like a
dicks.
longtime friend.
Maybe the
Yeah.
people who
You know
made
what I
my
mean?
computer
That's
are
the
dicks.
only
Guess what? I
time.
don't care. They
Did
made
you
my,
guys
they
hear
made
like
me a
what
great
Jonathan
computer.
Majors was like
As
saying?
long as
Like
not
he
breaking
says
laws.
he
As
wants
long
to
as you're
like
not
a
doing
woman
things.
as
But
dedicated to him as Michelle Obama
Yeah.
was to
Yeah, we just read that
to
part.
Barack
Yeah.
Obama and like Martin Luther King's wife.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're acting like you're an all time great. It's like
Well, that's how
what's
he
that?
sees himself.
You're gonna say you're like LeBron James?
He-
Like,
But that's
like,
that's what I mean though. That's
listen, listen. If you compare him to other black actors, he's not on Denzel's level.
no, he's not.
He's not on Will Smith's level. And I know
But that
Will
was
Smith
the
has had
point.
his
He could have
controversies,
been.
but like
He
he's
could have been.
But like he thinks he's this like all time great. He ain't even in the top 10 of
No.
like black actors and actresses. He's not in the top 20 if you combine actresses in there.
He's not even
No.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
this-
but he I think he recognizes that the industry was trying to make him into those actors.
so he got a
He
big
was going to
head.
be those next.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to be the next big
I see
black actor.
But here's the other thing that I think there was going to be a problem even without this controversy. He was being typecasted. He was gonna be Kang. He played the villain in Creed 3. He was gonna play Dennis Rodman in a biopic. If you know what Dennis Rodman was like in real life,
Yeah.
that dude was
He is
off his
Dennis
under.
Rodman.
He was gonna be an antagonist. Like, what's next? You gonna play Draymond Green in the Golden State Warriors biopic?
Well, he was supposed to play Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Dennis Rodman. If you knew what Dennis Rodman was like as a player,
Oh
as a
yeah,
person,
yeah.
he was kind of antagonistic. Like he later became a protagonist when he played for the Bulls, but even still, he had his controversial moments as a Bull.
Still,
Yeah.
yeah, as a Bull. Like,
Yo, I mean, listen, I'm just saying he would have been perfect for Karl Malone.
oh
Bruh.
no, oh,
Yo,
my
like
goodness.
I'm just saying, Karl Malone was a real piece of shit human being.
Yes, he was.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you're right though,
I'll
but
tell you what.
if he still would have made
When
money,
I
that's the
read,
thing. Those movies would have made money.
Where was that first one? Oh yeah, here it is. I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital, because I'm a great man. They will ask you questions.
Sorry.
And as I don't think you will actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie. And they will suspect something. I mean, listen, that alone is going to make it
So-
very, very difficult.
So
And that sounds like gaslighting in that he says, I
Yeah.
don't think you actually protect us. So he's trying to say that he doesn't even trust her enough.
yeah.
For Marvel
Even to
continue
lie.
working
That's
with it.
crazy.
It just is. It's not a matter about it, whether it should make it more difficult for them or shouldn't make it more difficult for them. We're not talking theoreticals. In reality, and you will all agree with this does make it more difficult for Marvel to continue working with them. I'm not saying whether they should or should not. I'm just saying this makes it more difficult.
No, you're saying they shouldn't.
That they
This
should
will make
come
it that
on.
if they do continue working with them, they're going to face a lot of backlash and a lot of problems.
And I'm gonna be pissed
You
off
can take the
because
boat out for a run.
Yeah, okay, Pop. We're gonna show you.
What the hell was
And-
that framing there? Jesus.
I
You know,
don't
the
I,
show looked
I
like
think
trash.
I agree with the writer of Forbes on this. I think we have probably seen the last of Jonathan Majors. Now, look, trial's not over. Maybe something will
So
come
he
out.
gave you-
Maybe we find out this girl has magical powers and she hallucinated Jonathan Majors into Texas. I don't know. Weirder things have
Do you
happened.
think
Trial's
what
not over yet.
what the
That's
hell
the
is
breaking record,
Jonathan
Guys, you know what?
Jonathan Majors? What is John Campea talking about right there?
Jonathan
like he's
hallucinates himself.
Like he's talking as if this is like on the next episode of a fictional TV show. This is reality, John. Like she didn't fucking drug him. There's no in no fucking multiverse in the reality did she fucking drug him. This
It's
is
another version of Jonathan Majors.
like what in the hell did he
It's-
play that back? Play that back.
It's a Robert Tot version of Jonathan Majors.
Like what the
Okay, I'll go from here.
Difficult for
Yeah, they
them
did
or
pull
should make it
magazine
more
dreams.
difficult for them.
Yeah.
We're not talking theoreticals. In reality, and you will all agree with this does make it more difficult for Marvel to continue working with them. I'm not saying whether they should or should not. I'm just saying the obvious. This makes it more difficult. This will make it that if they do continue working with them, they're going to face a lot of backlash and a lot of
They already
problems.
have that.
Well, they can be held
And-
liable because what happens if he does this on
You know,
set?
I think I
Yeah.
agree with the
You could
writer
do
of
this to
Forbes
anybody
this.
on
I
set.
think we have probably seen the
Yeah,
last of
I
Jonathan
agree.
Majors. Now, look, trial's not over. Maybe something will come out. Maybe we find out this girl has magical powers and she hallucinated
Magical
John Campea
powers,
into
John.
sex. I don't know. Weirder things have happened.
Weirder things that's never happened, John. Like I know, like at that point, he's just like blabbering on. But like, what, like, this is why John Campea gets shit because it's like, I think he just talks way too much, and then he starts saying gobbledygook. You're like, what reality are you living in where that would actually happen? Like, come up with something that would actually happen.
Magical powers.
Magical powers. She's gonna have magical powers, and she drugged him or something with these powers.
Oh my
like,
god.
She put a curse on him or something. Yeah. She purposely got herself injured, hurt. On the
So
head.
wait a minute.
from her powers. Oh.
Yeah.
She's a hex girl from Scooby Doo. Like if you ever saw Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost, the hex girl song.
Apparently.
I'm gonna put a spell on you. So
She
it's
put it-
like,
yeah.
like, oh my goodness, she became a real life hex girl.
I'm sorry. This thing, he's so.
I mean, like,
trial's not over yet. But as of right now, it does not look good. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor.
Gotta skip
Oh,
this.
Early on now, we understand why.
Screw your sponsorships,
Jonathan
John
Majors'
Campea.
lawyers
Yeah.
was trying to keep
You
certain
lied
things
to
sealed,
everybody. Said you're not going to do
and
sponsors.
certain
Liar.
things exempt from the trial because this doesn't look good.
We need it from a
But
female
you
perspective.
read
many
what we
times
saw,
are you gonna
you've heard
say
what
that?
I've been told.
Yeah.
What do you think about, particularly the audio recording?
I love
of
nothing
Steve
more than the
Austin
sound
and
of
all this
this.
kind of stuff? How you feel about the stuff we read? And
Oh, there's plenty of people who love the sound of
is
their
he going to
voice.
continue on? Can he continue on as Kang after this? How do you see it?
It's really up to the studios, and how honestly this court case shakes out. Because again, we've seen this with other celebrities.
Really?
how
This is.
messy domestic related issues.
I'm so disappointed she said that. You know, like, really? Did she? I want to hear her full thing. I can't believe
Okay.
she said that.
Have come to fruition and affected their casting, affected them being in projects and everything. There is also video footage that was released recently too. I know that was on CBS as well as New York
Yep.
Post and everything, showing a bit more of their interaction with Jabari allegedly drunk, showing Jonathan Majors pushing her back in the Cadillac and everything, them having a bit of a scuffle there as well. There's so many things going on with this. It's messy. It's just messy. And it has to be incredibly, incredibly difficult for everyone involved
my
to have
God.
this on display.
No, you just
that
had to use
we-
that picture. You just had to use that picture. Like, bad timing.
Bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Let's continue.
That's a bad option.
Degrassi.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I know people
What's
who
it-
do that,
said,
Degrassi.
obviously,
What did you say?
He probably goes to sleep listening to a recording of himself telling
Yeah, he
himself how
probably does.
awesome he is. I know people who
like
do that.
One of those,
Yeah, he
one of those
probably
tapes,
does.
You know those tapes where one of those tapes that try to motivate you. You always listen to it, and it's one of the motivation tapes. It's like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the former president does that.
Yeah, he probably does. But this,
Well,
is,
they hyped him up, so like
this is just the wrong picture
feels-
to use. I'm sorry.
I
This is the
know.
wrong picture to use.
he looks
It's
goofy in that
domestic
photo.
Oh,
very,
that's
very
going in my
disturbing
script.
and should be dealt with in a very serious manner. There's just a lot going on here.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
just like on our
serious
screen.
man. Does this picture make it look serious?
No, this makes it look like he's a. Well, he looks like a psychopath in this image, and he looks like he's in an argument with someone in this image too.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's about to raise his hand and like slap whoever's like he's talking to. Like this is not a good image at all. You know what I mean? Like this is really creepy looking.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know what I did, but I'll try.
Can we not get the cameras back up?
Well, the cameras
Oh,
are up,
that's-
but I don't know.
yeah,
Are you guys
that's-
seeing something weird with this? Because my screen just blew up.
Oh,
Just let
John
us
is
know in the chat
pissed.
What's going on
Yeah,
too
I'm
there.
mad at you.
Uh-oh.
A lot of what
Oh
he was
no, what's
talking about
happening?
in
I'm
that
mad.
voicemail as well, and I do not condone it. I just know contextually a lot of it was you need to behave like great women, like Martin Luther King's wife Coretta, like all these other women, instead of behaving in this drunk manner. That being said, so much of that dialogue does seem very narcissistic, does seem very gaslighting, does seem very toxic. I'm not in this relationship, so it is hard to judge everything that's happening here.
Oh come on!
Everything's fine on our stream.
But as a woman,
Oh come on! Is she
As a
really
woman-
saying that?
as a woman who's in a relationship, when you hear your spouse say you got to be like her, that's not a good relationship.
If something sounds, she
Yeah.
literally said, if something sounds gaslighting, it means it's gaslighting. When in what would like what? Holy hell!
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
can't even talk. Like, what is
If
she
you're-
saying?
If you're in a relationship with whether you're a man or woman and your spouse tells you got to be like her or him, sorry, that's not a relationship that's gonna be successful. She should know that.
Is she even in a
Those texts look.
relationship?
You would think out of all of them, she would
I know you're
be the one to say this. Like, but holy hell! Like,
You know what, Blinded? You gotta be like James Gunn from now on, okay?
oh my god!
You too, George. You gotta be like James Gunn also.
Oh
Run
my
with
god!
gun? Oh,
You
that's
too,
the best.
Mr.
That's the
Oh, by
best
the
I'm
way-
gonna say with all the problems we got with guns, but
By the way, you
Are you?
I
Degrassi's making videos.
no, he's making shorts. He's making shorts right now.
oh, I can't
Check it.
wait.
Go check it out. Check it out on his chat on his X account and subscribe.
Nice.
I don't know where does John Campea find these people? I'm just curious.
So, well,
like
Chris is usually the
Like,
one
yeah.
who's like more progressive. Like, I thought she would at least look at this and be like, "This is definitely
This-
gaslighting, regardless of
This
what the
RN
fucking context
did
is."
Brian Burnett like poison her mind or something?
yo, Robert Meyer Burnett. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. He's all over the place, right?
He's that dude's all over the place. Like he claims to be this progressive, but yet he's good friends with like Gary Neurotic and all the pain and mess.
the opposite of progressive.
Well, we know why he's doing that. We know why he's doing that.
Well, Degrassi knows him.
I mean, you're best friends with
mine's-
Jeremy
Okay,
Griggs, who's an
wonderful.
idiot.
Thank you. So it's
Oh,
it's
Jeremy
just a film-
Griggs. Jeremy Griggs does a great job of outing himself as fake.
Huh? What did he do?
mess
What-
and
Because there's sometimes where he'll tweet something or make a video or something where he goes against the people they associate with, like because all they do is talk negative and stuff. Like
Oh, okay.
I think Marvel is probably going to look towards recasting just because when something happens like this, where it is kind of up to the court of public opinion, even after the actual court decides on things, people are going to have their own opinions. We've seen this with Johnny Depp. We've seen this with Amber Heard. We've seen this with Ezra Miller, where there's camps for both sides of that person,
Dude.
whether they're right, wrong, guilty, not guilty. And I don't see
they had no choice, Ezra
Disney
Miller. They had no choice.
putting
in the
They-
themselves in the
you know what
position
she's
to
doing
have
here?
somebody front and center
You know
of
what
their
she-
film.
You know what she's doing here? She is not making a definitive, like, she's not making a definitive stance because she wants to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, look, you read those tweets, and the question is, do you keep him on as a actor on your film? And my answer is no, you don't. Even
Mhm.
in the workplace, I feel like, why would you want this? It's a liability. Who cares? Like, if he's innocent or not, why are you going to take that chance?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another drink.
Okay, you can play it.
It's like after what the industry's kind of been through in the last decade with situations like this, like they still haven't fully learned.
No, they really haven't. That's why it's like,
I mean, like, and I'm not saying this is like a Me Too Harvey Weinstein situation, but you would
Right.
think after the Weinstein thing that broke out, like any bad behavior towards women would result in you just like being out.
well, yeah, why are you? Well, first off, one, even if you do it in your personal life, there's probably a high chance you're going to bring that into your professional life, right?
Yeah, I
and the way
remember-
Hollywood is, it's not like a normal
The
workplace.
thing is, Degrassi, you're right, but his variants all were Jonathan Majors.
But
You
like,
remember
also,
for Ant-Man.
here's the other thing. Like, this guy's
Remember?
supposed to be like play a big role in Avengers. There's a lot of women in the
Right.
MCU. Like, how many women will say they don't feel comfortable playing alongside him in
Brie
King
Larson.
Dynasty, which is going to have a big cast probably.
Well, and
Like,
also
you-
too, wouldn't it feel weird that
Wasn't-
he's supposed to be this abusive, authoritative villain? Hold on, wait. Oh, like, he's supposed to be this villain, right? That is
Yeah.
very similar to what he's being accused of. Like, would people really be comfortable on set
Did you see what he did to the
to
with
do
the
to
cast?
act with him like that? That
Yeah.
would be really uncomfortable. Like, I wouldn't do that.
You're
That
right,
sounds
you're
really
right, Degrassi.
weird.
Yo, wasn't it years ago where Jeremy Renner was accused of abuse of a woman? Of his
Yeah,
wife?
it was his he was getting divorced, and his wife made the claim that he was abusive
And that was
toward her.
and that was not true, right? Obviously, because they wouldn't be working with him if it was
Well, I
true.
don't know if it was not true or not. That's the
Oh.
thing. I don't know.
You had outbursts on the set.
It might have. Yeah, he had outbursts on set. Like to
on
me,
the Loki sets, or on both Loki and Ant-Man.
well, there was a rumor that he had an outburst on Ant-Man 3, and
'Cause-
he went
What?
off on like a PA or someone, something like that.
From what
I don't know if that's the same story, but
From what I know, a lot of stuff from the Marvel sets the negative stuff don't really get leaked out.
no. Which
No.
is, there's one I really want to hear the story of what happened on Eternals.
Yeah,
I wish these things got
'Cause-
leaked out.
because I don't believe all these Marvel productions are all really all a well-oiled machine.
No, I don't believe that either. It sounds like a mess on these Marvel movies.
But yeah, let's continue this. Get to the end.
Who people are still deciding whether or not they're a good person or a bad person. You know, a violent person, not just a good person, a violent person. So I do think everyone keep looking at the news, follow the court information, see what's happening, watch these videos too that have been released so you can make these decisions for yourself. But man, at the end of the day, it's just so messy. And I'm sorry, I'm not being more eloquent about that. It's just hard to have an actual finger on the pulse of this situation when we're still getting all of this news, you know?
Yeah. And again, I know not everybody's going to like how I look at this. Again, I don't really care if somebody's a good person or a bad person. I mean,
What?
in my life, I do.
Like, don't you,
Well, let me
don't you
finish,
hate
let
when
me-
people lie like
But
this?
in
The
me-
I
hell?
don't care whether I know
Wait.
not everybody's going to like
So in other
how I
words,
look
This
at
is either
again.
this is
I
either
don't
self snitching on himself, or this is just an outright lie. Because first,
No.
do you want to work with terrible people?
no.
Yes or no? Aaron,
Hell
do you
no.
want to work with terrible?
No.
There's
Sometimes you have no choice in jobs, but no.
but
Generally,
if you are let's say if you're on the bottom of the totem pole and you're just a mess to work with,
yeah,
or no one wants to work with you, trust me, they will get rid of you.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's only really the people in charge, maybe,
If-
like and even then they may, if they cross certain lines, they will get fucking removed.
Let me tell you something. Successful people that are terrible don't get chances and chances and chances. But if you're a terrible person and you're really nobody, you have no chance.
Yeah, like
Right.
this. I mean, first off, it's such a toxic way of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I don't care if you're a terrible person or not.
Let's see-
Like, what the
Let's see
hell?
what they had
Like,
to say again.
Care if somebody's a good person or a bad person. I mean, in my life, I do, but I don't care whether the person who made Spoiler Pig is a good person or a bad person. All I care about is, will Spoiler Pig make that delightful
and this is
noise
why John
whenever
Campea
I
could
squeeze it?
never
I
be
don't
a
care whether the
producer,
person who made my laptop is a good person or a bad person.
because this is why that John Campea Exposed channel exists, because he
I love that
says
channel.
things
I'm
like this.
subscribed to it. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I don't care if
says
the
things
person
like
who made
this.
My
It's-
jacket is a good person or a bad person.
Like,
That should
this
determine
is
whether
so
maybe it should determine
disingenuous.
who will have relationships with them in their life. It shouldn't determine what jobs they have or what if they can do their job. It's different when that crosses a line into committing criminal acts. Yes. So for
No,
me,
it does. It's so disingenuous.
Jonathan Majors being
Oh
a
my-
narcissist. I mean, I don't know who you're talking to your girlfriend.
No. Campea. When you have somebody like this on your set as being an asshole, a narcissist, whatever, it doesn't set a good mood for everybody there. Okay.
Well, you being abusive piece of crap, that's not
Yeah.
a. But this
You-
is why I say this is self snitching, because the
Yeah.
thing is, people have accused John Campea of being a terrible person to work with. Like, he's just so like do you know that story of that girl who worked for AMC
Clark
and
Wolf.
he
Clark
told her
What's
the
her
quote
name? Yeah,
was
I know.
the quote was he told her
What's
I
that?
hired you to do what I say, and it's like if I say jump, you're supposed to say how high, right? And that's fucked up.
hell?
If
Wait,
a
what?
boss ever told me something like that, I would definitely leave.
Clark Wolf, right? Was that her?
Yeah, and
Okay, yeah.
because that's fucked up. That's fucked up, right?
She made a
You
name
shouldn't
for
be saying
herself.
shit
Good
like
for
that.
her though. She made a name for herself though. Good for her though.
I'm pretty sure it was her, but that's
it was her,
the
it was her.
accusation against
Yeah.
him. So I'm
told
not
that to
surprised that he's saying this.
She told that to Kristen Harloff. And Kristen and John are friends.
Yes, yeah.
But she's friends with Kristen also. So he's friends with yeah. They Campea and Kristen are friends, but she's friends with Kristen. I'm pretty sure her and Campea are not friends, but
yeah,
you're
because
right.
of that. Because John sounds like John is a piece of shit. So that's why he's probably doing this. It's a little bit of projection, I feel.
It sounds like Kristen Harloff is like that too. Like has that attitude.
I don't think it's as bad as John Campea
No.
though.
I heard about this. Like, imagine, whatever. Let's finish this video, and then we're gonna go to the main event.
To make her understand how great of a man you are. But being a narcissist and maybe a giant dick, to me, that doesn't change things for me about whether or not I can watch him as Kang.
I have a
whether or
harder
not
time
he
with that
created,
stuff.
whether or
Yeah.
not he committed criminal acts.
Wait, go
like
back.
assault,
What did she just say?
That's different.
I don't know.
To make her understand how great of a man you are. But being a narcissist and maybe a giant dick, to me, that doesn't change things for me about whether or not I can watch him as Kang.
I have a
whether or
harder
not
time
he
with that
created,
stuff.
whether or not he committed
Well, yeah,
criminal
because
acts,
John,
like assault. That's different. That
Oh my god, it's so frustrating listening to John Campea. Holy shit.
All right, we're gonna end that here. We're gonna go to the final one. But yeah, this was a long. We did a long segment on this.
Good. He needs to get roasted.
Yeah, he did.
Because the stuff he's saying, good lord.
I don't know.
I'd be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed if I was him.
I'd be embarrassed if I looked like him.
No,
Did you ever see that clip where he was wearing the sleeveless hoodie?
Yes.
How do you do, fellow cool kids?
Yeah, and he was trying to flex. It's like, oh, look at these guns, and he has no guns.
Yeah. I saw that. That's pretty bad.
So I guess John Campea can't run with gun.
Mm-mm. He's got no guns.
Gun Campea.
Gun Campea. The camper and the gunner.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Mm.
Oh, by the way, Barbie is on Crave.
I did see that. I got rid of Crave though because there's nothing on there to watch.
What are you gonna do without? Oh, you're gonna get the pink one.
Oh, eventually. Like right now, I had to get rid of it.
No, there is nothing. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna rewatch Barbie. It's an okay movie, but I'm not gonna rewatch it.
Okay. Well, terrible Crave and Madame Web movies hurt the MCU.
Okay.
It's just rumors that they might.
I got to prepare myself for this because
there's just rumor. There is rumors. I'll just say that rumors that eventually the Spider-Verse is going to accumulate into the MCU, but take that with a grain of salt right now because it's actually been the person who said that's going to happen actually kind of denied it. Right?
Well, here's the thing.
Who said it?
Well, here's the thing. After the rumor came out, didn't Tom Holland say, "I'm only coming back if we do something special and does justice to the character"?
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably his way of telling Sony, "Yeah, don't think about doing this shit."
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's not like he has a lot of options.
I mean,
but they don't have a lot of options either.
Before they get this movie,
and neither does the MCU.
Did he say the same thing about Morbius or the other Venom movies?
For what? Say that again.
Did that hurt the MCU? Did
those movies hurt the MCU? No,
because they trolled us. The MCU kind of Venom 2, but that's it.
Well, the thing is, Venom 2 was successful, so it's it was Morbius that was the first major flop for them.
Yeah, both Venom movies were successful, so
this video is only 12 minutes long.
And people want to see Venom and Spider-Man interact finally.
Of course, yeah.
It's they don't care about Morbius or Craven.
Man.
They're not in the MCU, but he has a point. These movies could also hurt the MCU.
No, because people think because it's Marvel, it's part of the MCU.
No, I don't even think that's the case anymore.
Marvel has one movie coming out and 2 live-action series. A Far Cry.
Marvel has 4 movies coming out. Get it right.
Pieces of content come out or something like that. Something ridiculous. Well,
There's a problem. There's a problem. People think like the Sony movies are not Marvel movies. They're still Marvel movies. The same
Yeah, but
same Marvel
I'll give him.
studio.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's
I
talking
know.
about.
I'm just being an ass there.
Oh man, we gotta grill him on stuff that when he actually says, because he says so much dumb stuff, man. I can't believe this guy.
Because nobody's gonna watch this movie. The movie looks so bad. It's gonna be. If
I mean, I'm reviewing 50 Shades of Grey because of
I have
how
a
bad
question for you guys. How much? The Marvels are still in theaters, right? Is Madame Web gonna make as much as that or less?
Oh, less.
Yeah, I'm gonna go less too.
Significantly less. I
Or
think
they'll make a bunch
Madam
of
Web is
Spider-Man
gonna
video
open
games.
up to maybe 20 million opening weekend.
That poster is so freaking bad. The one they released the other day, and it had
Yeah,
like
it was.
the generic villain in it. I'm like, why? That villain doesn't look interesting. I know the villain is, but seriously, like, looks like,
Also, this we should screen cap this this image right here. Look, he's got his mouth open and his eyes closed. Look at that. That's a perfect screenshot.
Oh, what time is it at? 14 seconds. Thank you. If I, yeah, that is a perfect.
I think it's gonna
screenshot.
make less than Morbius. That's my prediction.
You know, if this is bad or worse than if this is bad as Morbius, I'm gonna make a video. We're gonna do a video or something and be like, which is worse, Bad Rap or Morbius? Just for the hell of it. It'll be my main channel, of course. Because my main channel is gonna focus on more pop. Obviously, my main channel is gonna focus more on positive stuff. Even
Right.
when I do reviews, there's always gonna be negative stuff. When I just talk pop, there's gonna be some negative stuff. But that's still different from this, because this is us going over.
This is
other
more
things.
criticizing the camper
criticizing, because that's
and other
this is-
people.
Yeah. And I'm not just gonna do YouTube. I'm gonna do articles too, maybe things that are not. I don't
Mhm.
believe. So like,
Okay, that might be interesting.
yeah, because remember that I read over that stream I did like a month ago about the whole Aquaman thing, the Aquaman
Right.
thing. If I was doing this channel then, I probably would have done it on this channel.
Right.
Because it's more of this kind of thing, right? And
Okay.
obviously on my main channel, when we talk about more positive stuff, even let's talk pop or movie reviews, spoiler reviews, there's gonna be some obviously analyzing too.
Right.
Still, obviously, because it has to be, right? There has to be, right? If we give our opinions, our views, there still has to be, right? Has to be. Okay, let's get back to this. It is
There
good
are
stuff.
others.
That was a good sub. That's a good picture. That was a good still.
Sony has got, as of right now, no less than 3 live action movies coming out based on Marvel characters.
least
We
it's
got
Sony.
Madam Web, we got Kraven the Hunter, and we've got Venom 3. Now, we don't really count those as Marvel movies, and nor should they be, but could they have an impact on the Marvel movies? And that is the topic of today's
Oh, so
Mint
what?
Mobile hotline question
So-
of the day. Listen, guys, if you got a question,
Oh,
on the
he's
topic
still
of the show,
shilling for Mint
and you'd like to
Mobile?
hear your voice on our show, go ahead and call
Well,
the Mint Mobile
Miles is never
hotline
gonna-
anytime 24/7.
Well, Miles is never
at
gonna kiss you.
951-268
Kidding.
4259. And today's is about the impact it could have on Marvel. Check it out.
Hey guys, this is just your average Jose. So I started thinking about this
Here's the thing. Morbius did not affect the MCU in 2022. 2022, the movies, actually, the Marvel MCU movies actually made money, despite how
Right.
bad. Right? They did. Right? Thor: Love and Thunder, despite how bad it is, actually made a decent amount of money. Black Panther wasn't good as the first one. It wasn't terrible. Made 800 to 900 million. Doctor Strange almost made
Right.
$1 billion. But they all have in common, they came out after Morbius, and it came out of Venom, too. Did not
Right.
affect the MCU at all.
But those were different times. And also
Yeah,
those
that's
movies,
It's true.
someone could argue those movies set up the failure of the movies this year.
It could.
Because a bunch of people saw those movies, and then for some reason they chose not
Well,
to see the movies this year.
I think Venom 2 and No Way Home could. The after credit scenes that kind of pissed off some people. With after credit scenes, remember he goes in the MCU, and then after No Way
I don't
Home,
even.
he's like-
I don't know if people were. I think people were upset overall at Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange was more mixed than people give it credit.
It was. It still almost made $1 billion, though.
MCU
But I think that might have
having
been
only
because of
one movie
Spider-Man.
coming out in 2024. And on Monday's show, you said not to count the Sony movies. But it
thing
got me
is-
thinking, the casual movie theater going audience
Okay, that's a
doesn't
good
know the
point.
difference between a
Casual,
Sony produced
casual.
Marvel movie and
There's a good point right there by this question. Casual. Like us, we'll know the difference, obviously, right? We'll know the difference. Us three, everybody in the chat will know the difference. But he's talking about the casuals here. That's a good point. And that's the problem, and that's going to be the problem with Batman, obviously, because of the news of Batman today, all that stuff. Matt Reeves, Batman, and all that. Let's get.
and then Marvel Studios produced Marvel movies. And if the upcoming Sony movies are bad, Madam Web and Craven, would that hurt the MCU?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
like I said, I know the difference, but most people don't. Love to know if that has any relevance to the show. Thanks, guys.
All right, Jose, thanks a lot for calling that in. And the first thing I should say is I disagree with your starting premise that most people don't know the difference. Yeah, they do. There are some who don't. I don't think it's indisputable that there are some that don't. But, you know, my
Okay,
barometer-
John Campea, I challenge you on that. If people did not know Venom as a Spider-Man related character, would people see that movie? George, Brian, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. You're both gone. Okay, I'm gonna wait till them come back.
Well, what?
Okay, George. He says the general audience doesn't knows the difference between MCU and the Sonyverse. So my point is, if the general audience, if people did not know, let's say if they did not know Venom is a Spider-Man related character, would the first Venom movie make 800 million if they did not know Venom was a Spider-Man related character?
Well,
Even
here's
if
the
Spider-Man never appeared in it. What?
Well, here's the thing. We remember Venom was in Spider-Man 3, so everyone knew he was
Yeah.
a Marvel character.
Exactly. So let's say, for example, let's say Venom was never a Spider-Man character in the first place. Would that make 800 million at the theater? Ever? If Venom was ever a Spider-Man
Probably
character.
not.
Ever. Thank you. Okay? And Venom's very popular. But guess what? Spider-Man popular did not help Morbius. Okay?
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of people, like, Morbius isn't as popular of a villain as Venom or Doc Ock or Green Goblin.
Right.
Like, and here's the thing. More people...
Carnage is.
I feel like more people associate Morbius, even though I know he is a Spider-Man villain, more so with Blade.
Yeah. Carnage is a very popular villain. And that came out at a bad time too with the pandemic still going on.
But even still, like, Venom Let There Be Carnage did pretty good at the box office.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first Venom film, but still good enough.
So my point is, general audiences don't know the difference as much as he thinks.
for the average movie going audience is my mom. My mom knows the difference between, you know, those. Again, I believe there are some who don't.
Your mom?
But I think
Why does he gotta
most
say
people
stuff like
do.
this?
Sony would love it if most people didn't know the difference. But I think most people, the majority of people, do. That being said, it still raises an interesting question. Even if people do know,
No. I'll tell you one thing. They kind of want to see Spider-Man in those movies. And I think the general audience, they want to see Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's what I think. Yeah. Exactly, Anthony.
that Madam Web is not connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that Kraven the Hunter is not necessarily a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If these movies are terrible, I mean, maybe they'll be great like Venom. Maybe they'll be
Look at
terrible like
that.
Morbius.
Oh my
Don't know.
God.
But if they're terrible, could that, even if people do want
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That just looks like a black symbiotic Spider-Man.
Yo, why the hell do they look like they're AI'd? What the hell?
Yeah, they look bad. Oh,
The City Sweeney one, oh my goodness. Like, what the I don't want you to say it.
oh. Oof. See, look, the one on the right, the bottom right looks like Kamala Khan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like what?
I think that's like Isabella Merced's character or whatever.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
They ain't doing any. They're doing a disservice to these actresses. I feel bad for them.
Oh my god. I want to hear Blind's take when he comes back on these pictures. I want to see what he thinks of these pictures. Tell me when you're back, Blind, whenever you come back. But these are bad.
Know that they are or are not connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Could that hurt the Marvel films? I would go one step further than that. I believe that it's not about the studio, it's actually about the genre. I think it goes wider. Listen, I think most people know the difference between going to a DC movie and going to a Marvel movie, but I think for the vast majority of the average moviegoers, it's really more about the genre. Because when an average moviegoer goes to see a comic book movie, if they thought the movie stunk...
Okay. I want to know your thoughts on this picture.
Oh, God.
Does it look bad?
Yeah, it does look bad.
So, is that Kamala Khan?
The suits look terrible.
Oh, my God. It looks like a female Venom.
I'm not a fan of these suits.
Is that... And the villain, this looks like Spider-Man dressed up in a black costume with red on it.
Yeah, the suit, though, that... Ugh. The red and the black, like, you can barely see the red webs or whatever it is, because they don't really look like webs.
No.
On his suit, it looks weird. Yeah, the costume quality is not good.
No. Yo, did that spider that Cindy got bit on make her get a costume like that or something? Give her spider powers like that? I don't know. Bit her? Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Films. I would go one step further than that. I believe that it's not about the studio, it's actually about the genre. I think it goes wider. Listen, I think most people know the difference between going to a DC movie and going to a Marvel movie, but I think for the vast majority of the average moviegoers, it's really more about the genre. Because when an average moviegoer goes to see a comic book movie, if they thought the movie stunk, they are less likely to go to the next comic book movie that comes out, regardless if it's from Warner Brothers, if it's from Sony, if it's from Disney. If the average movie goes to the movie, has a terrible time, they're less likely. It's not that they won't go to the next one, but instead of maybe 80% chance, it might be a 72% chance. Like it drops, it hurts. Kevin Feige, and we've quoted him a lot about this, he was talking about why he cheers for DC films to succeed.
Because he's a DC fan too.
Idea that, well, listen, if their movies come out and they're great, it's just good for the whole.
Yeah, that's true, Campea. But Kevin Feige is also a DC fan. If you didn't know, he's also
he's gonna be rooting for James Gunn even more.
Yeah, exactly. He's a DC fan. Why would he want something that he loves to succeed? Right? Why? Why would he want that? Of course, he wants him to succeed. He's a DC fan, and it's good competition too.
The whole genre. If people go to a DC movie and have a great time and have a wonderful time and bring their friends out, then when we bring out the next comic book movie, they're more likely to come. The old saying of, a rising tide raises all ships sort of thing. That's not always 100% applicable, but there's a generalism to that I think is true. And yes, and therefore, I do believe that if Madam Web, if Kraven, if Venom 3,
I gotta admit, that's not a
terrible.
bad picture.
And by the way,
that's not a bad picture.
I know there's a lot of conversation going about it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have some hope for Kraven. I really do. I think there.
I don't have hopes for it though.
Especially with
nose biting.
Oh, you saw that picture?
Is that nose or is he? At first I thought he was biting out his eye.
No,
I thought he was literally biting out the guy's eye, which I thought, Chris shouldn't watch this.
No.
But I personally have
That's
some,
his nose.
with what's his name, Edgar Allan Poe. What's the real actor's name?
The
Oh,
voice actor's name?
Aaron Taylor
Oh,
Johnson.
Aaron Taylor
That's
Johnson.
Edgar Allan Poe.
What?
Aaron
My
Taylor
God.
Johnson. With Aaron Taylor Johnson, kick-ass, playing the role. I've personally got some hope in this. Madam Web looks intriguing. I love the premise. I'm a
Intriguing?
little bit concerned by how wooden all the dialogue sound in the track. Regardless, we're not here to predict whether those movies.
Oh. No.
Is there a muzzle for
Okay.
John Campea?
You saw how he reacted
No.
there when he said Madam Web looks intriguing, right? You saw how he reacted there.
That's obviously a lie.
The only thing that's going to be intriguing about Madam Web is like how bad is it going to be compared to
Yeah.
other comic book movies?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I feel bad for women who want to see female comic book movies because they're not being treated well right now. Yeah, the
Well,
Marvels just come out. Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984 a few years ago.
Well, the
Black
thing
Widow
is,
wasn't that great.
if there are female viewers watching this stuff, which I mean there obviously are, it's just not a lot of them by the demographics.
The Marvels,
They're not gonna watch this stuff.
The Marvels. Here's the thing: even though there are female comic book fans who watch comic book movies, it's still majority male.
But they're not really into the Marvels or
Yeah.
this. They're into the stuff that everybody else likes.
Yes. Because the guys, I'll tell you one thing: there's guys who are interested in the female comic book characters. It's always been like that.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Marvels was mostly men. Mostly
Yeah,
men
yeah.
saw that movie.
Yes, the women. If I know from yes, Wonder Woman was a different thing. It was big back then. But from what I know, women were into all comic book characters, whether they're male or female. Same with men. Right? If I'm right blinded. Right?
Yeah.
Like, women read Batman, they read Superman, Captain America, Spider-Man. They all read that. Men read Wonder Woman. I guess from Marvel side, I could say like, I don't know. It's not a lot. Like like that's a terrible suit. But yeah, like men and women in the comic book history, men and women didn't care what gender the comic book character was. Honestly, it wasn't like that. And I can say that same for action for female leads in movies that are actually successful. A lot of people like Ripley and Sarah Connors. A lot of men watch those movies. There were mostly men that watch those movies.
The thing is, they need to find directors who understand the material well, can play to both demographics. That's what they really need. No
Barbie
offense
was
to
like
Nia
that. Barbie was
DaCosta.
Yeah.
Nia DaCosta is still an upcoming director, and honestly, I don't think personally the way she talks, she doesn't sound like she's like this like mega fan like she claims she is. I think she's only coming in liking this stuff recently, and she wanted to put her own spin or wanted to make her own movie, but that type of movie is really not successful. And the fact that Thor Love and Thunder had that exact same tone and people walked out of it hating it, that should have clued Marvel into these other movies.
Taika just no, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Taika Waititi's stuff because I think he's actually not a bad director. Not when he does some stuff. It's just that when it comes to Thor and the stuff he's revealed about Thor, I'm like, no, Taika, you should never admit
care.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. Like, it's a.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty big. That's a pretty big number.
Because they want to see.
Because they want to see Jason Momoa. Yeah.
There's a reason why these comic book had men. Why they're shirtless? Why a lot of times they're shirtless.
And I'm sure Ryan Gosling being in Barbie helped Barbie a lot.
Yeah, what do you think in comic book movies most of the time you have men shirtless. That's trying to get the female audience. The men don't care. They're not into unless they're gay, right? Unless they're gay.
Yeah. Well, but the guys are going because it's Aquaman.
Yeah. The females are going because it's Jason Momoa shirtless.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Yeah. All right.
That's probably why, if you think about it, certain action-led movies like, I mean, the thing is, Hollywood is also trying to get away from like the sex appeal. But at the same time, I don't think it's all that bad. I mean, like, people talk about it, right? So you might as well just put it in your movie. Like, it doesn't have to be objectifying the character, but like the Marvel should have had a younger male character. And we're not saying that because, oh, like we want a male character, but I think that would have helped the female audience. Like, why not have Blue Marvel? What was stopping them from putting Blue Marvel
You
in
know
the movie?
what? There was a Funko Blue Marvel. I think
Like,
there was. Funko Pop. I think there was. I'm not sure. Whatever. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Okay, let's continue. That's a bad. That's. I'm just saying that that's a bad.
Yeah,
It just looks like an evil Spider-Man. That's it.
Looks lazy.
Yeah, it
Not
does.
only do I think it hurts Marvel, I think it hurts DC.
Well,
I think
Percy
it hurts
Jackson or her is a
everybody who's
hit.
trying to make comic book material. And 2024,
I thought it
it's
came out
all
this
about
week, but
Sony.
it comes out next week. Or actually, that's
Sony's got 3 movies coming out. And if they all crop the bed, and I'm not saying they will, but if they do, that will make the job even harder on James Gunn.
Oh,
to
Blinded,
get
what
the new
happened?
DC up and running. I'm not saying it stops.
Blinded will come back in. Come on, Blinded, buddy. If you come back in, he's using a phone.
Yeah, I just want to like slap all that stuff off of John Campea's desk. You don't deserve it. I deserve that Deadpool statue more than him. And that, what was that, the Mandalorian helmet?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I deserve that helmet more than him. Why the hell do bad or dumb people get all the good shit?
You know what? Life has always been like that. The good people, for the good people, life is a struggle. For the bad people, life is easy.
Yo, I'm trying. I'm ordering right now while we're watching. I'm getting try to see if I can get Clerks the animated series uncensored.
I gotta order a new microphone because I'm holding this microphone. Oh,
Noise, smoking weed.
okay,
smoking
Blinded, you gonna come back on?
Yo, where's my gift card balance? I want to make sure I have enough in there. Oh yeah, I got enough to buy Clerks.
From being able to do it, but I'm saying it makes the job harder. It makes it harder for Kevin Feige to get the rehabilitation program going on Marvel's image right now. It'll make things more difficult. So, one, yeah, I think the audience knows the difference between Sony movies and Marvel movies, but I don't think that's relevant. I think it's about the genre, and I think if these movies are terrible, it can hurt Marvel and DC and anybody else trying to make comic book material. Guys, we want to take a moment to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile.
And so you.
What's up, Mom?
Are you on your way to the game?
Yeah, I'm on the subway right now.
Oh, wait, you have to fix your tie.
What? Does it look good?
Other side.
Hold on, Mom. 1 second. I need my headphones.
Try 1,000 times. No, that's right. A little more. It doesn't even match your suit.
Cats, smart enough to get their claws into your will, not smart enough to clean their own teeth.
I knew several writers who had just been brought on that week to write for that movie that was being shown to us. So
Which
that doesn't
movie?
really bode well for me. Problems here, so many different writers being brought on, leaving, others coming on. When that trailer or that little sneak peek was released to us at CinemaCon, I knew several writers who had just been brought on that week to write for that movie that was being shown to us. So that doesn't really bode well for me. Madam Web, I
What
could
movie was
not
that?
be less excited about this.
Joker
That
2 and
has
Deadpool.
been brought on
No, the movie she's talking about.
I think it was Craven. She said.
Oh, yikes!
that week to write for that movie that was being shown to us. So that doesn't really bode well for me. Madam Web, I could not be less excited about this.
Thank
That
you.
trailer lowered my the
Lower
intrigue
your
in this
enthusiasm.
so
Yeah.
much.
High five.
Mostly because the actual character, Madam Web, is so fascinating to me, and I'm not quite sure what this still is supposed to
Wait,
be
what?
here. I don't really understand how she's bringing these women.
Every time you pull up Degrassi's comment, I never get to see his comment. He
Oh.
said, "I thought we were listening to Blinded's call when that ad started." What?
Oh, she's really doesn't like. Oh, I like Chris is ripping it to this, huh?
Bruh.
Together. I don't understand who these women are, and that's fine. The movie will tell me, I'm sure.
It's only a
But
carpenter.
I'm just not
But
particularly
yeah, she
jazzed
doesn't look good. You're right.
about it. It does affect.
What
all
is the?
comic book
Can we
movies.
pause? Can we go back to that image?
Which one?
What's her name? I always forget her name. That actress in the black costume. I forget her name. Say her name. Say her name. I
Sydney
forget. Like you
Sweeney?
got her name.
Yeah. that's
Sydney Sweeney. There we go. Okay. What is the point of the mask? What is the point of the mask? It's basically showing her entire face.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like literally like this is like, what kind of spider people are they?
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, does the mask not match? Yeah, exactly. Is she even
Why
wearing a
doesn't she
mask?
have why doesn't she have lenses like
She doesn't-
Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen?
Two like.
She
Like,
don't even have like
bleh.
lenses to hide her eyes.
Yeah, it's just weird.
You know what's? Yeah, it's strange as hell.
I don't really understand how she's bringing these women together. I don't understand who these women are, and that's fine. The movie will tell me, I'm sure. But
You'd hope.
I'm just not particularly jazzed.
You
about
would
it.
expect
Is
that
that
to
what
be
he
in the
said?
trailer, no?
It does affect all comic book movies as a whole.
Oh,
Now,
what did he say?
The character Madam Web is so fascinating to me, and I'm not quite sure what this still is
Did
supposed
you
to
hear what
be here.
Campea said?
I don't really understand how she's bringing these
Listen.
women together. I don't understand who these women are.
Or
And
somebody
that's
said.
fine. The movie will tell me, I'm sure. But
You'd
I'm,
hope.
I'm, I'm just not particularly
Oh,
jazzed
that was not
about it.
Campea. That was Ray. Did you
It
hear
does
that?
affect all comic book movies as a
Was
whole.
that Ray or
Now,
was that
people
that
like
other
my
guy?
mom do not understand that these
I
are
don't know.
she's bringing these women together. I don't understand who
Was
these
that
women
Ray,
are,
the other guy?
and that's fine. The movie will tell me, I'm sure. But
You'd
I'm,
hope.
I'm just not particularly jazzed about
What?
it.
He said
Oh.
you'd hope.
It does
Yeah,
affect
that
all
wasn't
comic book
Ray.
movies as a whole.
That was
Now,
that other
people
guy.
like
I
my
don't know
mom
his name.
Yeah.
do not understand that these are different groups. She thinks that Spider-Verse is part of the MCU, thinks that the comics are directly tied. She thinks it's all one big thing. And so usually I do have to explain to her, oh no, this one's a different studio. Oh no, this one's
Yeah,
affiliated
I've
with somebody
explained
else.
my
No,
cousins
these
that
aren't
too.
connected.
Yeah,
These
well,
kind of are, I guess,
No,
in a way.
Superman's
I've
not going to
explained
fight the
that stuff
Hulk.
to them.
Exactly. A bunch of those pop up.
Okay.
So I think for your general movie going audience, it is more of that idea of coming back to the idea of superhero fatigue, or more importantly, mediocrity
No.
fatigue. Right?
Yeah.
These
It's not
movies do need to
mediocrity.
do well so that audiences go to see
Ah,
them. We had an
I'm
amazing
so
film
sick
in
of
Guardians of the Galaxy,
the
right? And I think
this because this is like a common people are like it's not superhero fatigue. It's just mediocre movie fatigue. But if that was the case, right, then why didn't people go see Blue Beetle?
Yeah, Blue Beetle was actually a good movie. It was well received, but
Was.
like a lot of people didn't go see it.
Yeah, this is the part that I'm.
Why does the Flash not do well? Why is Shazam 2 not
Yeah,
do
the
well?
Flash didn't. I mean, I don't like the Flash, but the Flash still reviewed. It was
Yeah.
fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. No.
Yeah, it still got good reviews.
Yeah,
it
so
actually
I'm
it actually had
confused.
it had a good word of mouth with the big YouTube critics.
Yeah, so
like,
I don't really believe this idea. And did the Marvels not become fresh? Isn't it like in the low 60s?
Let me check the Marvels. That's a good
I
question.
mean, you got.
I know it debuted with a rotten score, but
I mean, we got to remember, even though Guardians did well at the box office, it didn't start off as big as it could have.
no, exactly.
Like
They're
Spider-Man
lucky
Across
it got to 110 million opening weekend.
like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, even though it got great reviews, it didn't do as well in the box office as
The
those
Marvels,
Spider-Man movies.
The Marvel 61%.
I mean,
critic
to be
score.
fair, that movie did better than the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it did better, but still,
yeah.
like, it didn't like make groundbreaking money though.
No,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Marvels did better with 61%. Did 61% critics, and it was 83% by audience score.
Like what I don't understand is I just feel like this is I'm gonna have to use this word because this is my favorite word as of recently. This is cope. This is cope because this is cope and seed, but this is mostly cope.
Two favorite words.
Because Because here's the thing, right? The reason why I say it's cope is because people are not coming to the realization that I think the general audiences want something new, and this is just a genre trend. Just like how we had the young adult novels, right? Just like how we had like the stoner comedies or those like remember they were making all these movies with like Jonah Hill, and they were like kind of
Yeah, in
like
the
there was like the
2000s stuff.
babysitter, and then there's
Yeah.
Pineapple Express,
Superbad.
like super bad. Like there's those type of movies. Then that went away. There's always like this like very. It's like a genre
Do you
trend, but
remember
it's like a
it?
subgenre.
They had all
It's
those
like
parody movies for a
Yeah,
while,
those parody movies. Yeah, like
and they got worse and worse. Those parody movies. That's what
right.
like
I got
here's the
doing.
thing. Unless this genre does something unique, it's
Mhm.
not gonna make groundbreaking money anymore.
And there was
Let's
no-
be real
Yeah.
here.
There was a
You
horror
gotta do
genre.
something unique.
There was
The
a horror.
last superhero movie that made over $1 billion, No Way Home, that brought
Yeah.
everyone's favorite Spider-Man in there. So you
That
get
was
some Toby.
unique.
Yeah.
So like that was like considered unique at the time.
Right.
So like
And then when it wasn't unique, it bombed, aka The Flash.
So like
Yeah.
you gotta do like that. Why do you think the Avengers made was the first superhero? Well, maybe not the first superhero, but the second superhero movie to make $1 billion because it was considered unique for its time.
Hmm.
Like the
And
Dark
that's
Knight,
that's
the Dark Knight made $1 billion. Was the first superhero movie to make $1 billion because it was considered unique for its time.
yeah.
There's
These
gonna be
movies made.
there's gonna be a
The,
few that will be
sorry, go.
lucky, like Iron Man 3 because that was the first MCU movie post Avengers. Captain Marvel was the first. Wait, that was like the last MCU movie before Endgame. So there's gonna be a
Mhm.
couple where it's like
Black Panther.
I would
too.
consider an accidental $1 billion.
All right,
But here's the thing: even
Right.
Black Panther was considered.
yeah,
I wouldn't say the plot was unique, but like what it was trying to do was considered unique.
yeah.
No
Mhm.
other comic book movie is trying to do something unique.
What are you gonna say,
Right.
Blinded?
Well, I was gonna say like the only reason why Marvel is holding on to the Secret Wars idea is because that is a unique idea to have the old characters come back and to be with the new
The
characters, right?
problem is DC's done it already.
But that one specific. Like we've never seen Hugh Jackman interact with Tobey
That's
Maguire's
true.
Spider-Man, so that would
I
be
mean, seen it there.
unique.
We've kind of seen it in the Arrowverse. I guess it doesn't count.
Yeah, but you kind of get what I mean. Like that's why
Mhm.
they're desperately holding on to this multiverse idea, and all these movies. Like I think all these movies are now interconnected, right? If
Yeah.
another generic superhero movie comes out, it's only just going to lower the stock. And yeah, maybe it's not going to do this massive dent like the Marvels did, but this idea that Deadpool 3 and Joker 2 movies that were first off, those movies were always associated outside of the DCEU and the MCU. So the fact that now people have to rely on those movies to help franchises that technically they were never connected to just shows you how bad the genre is. Like we're at a low point for the genre. I mean, and those movies were. I mean, Deadpool and Joker are the highest grossing rated R movies, but still they're not connected to the MCU. No one is going to see Deadpool 3 because it's connected to the MCU.
No.
I may be mistaken, but I feel like that's not the case, right?
Like,
Like,
Logan, Wolverine.
yeah, people are going to go see Wolverine, right? And
Yeah,
no one's
man.
going to see Joker 2 because what James Gunn is going to do. So this is, I don't know, this seems misguided. Like I think the genre is worn out and no one is doing anything new, and audiences are just like, why should I show up?
Right,
It's simple
Well,
as that.
well, I mean, I'm gonna say this about next year. Like, if Deadpool 3, like, it's gonna be another multiverse movie, most likely. I'm not saying it's gonna make $1 billion worldwide, but it's got potential to make better money than some of the MCU movies that have come out because the Deadpool movies have been successful for R-rated movies. I can't speak for Joker 2 because, like, I have no idea what this movie's gonna be about. To me, I think the first Joker movie, just because of the controversy at the time. I think that was a fluke $1 billion movie in my opinion.
Hey, you know,
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the movie, but I think that was one of those $1 billion flukes.
You know what? You know the thing. You know what the good thing about Deadpool 3 is? It'd be the highest grossing MCU film of 2024.
I mean, look, I'm gonna say this: if Deadpool 3, I'm not saying Deadpool 3 has to pull a no way home or anything, but if they can pull it off and like Hugh Jackman's return is well received and like some of these other rumored things are well received, there could be a chance that it could make maybe Oppenheimer money. Because Oppenheimer did very well for an R-rated movie. I'm not saying it's gonna make $1 billion, but if you can make the same money as Oppenheimer,
word of mouth,
that can be groundbreaking for R-rated comic movies.
I think Deadpool 3 would need to be more of a multiverse movie that makes fun of multiverse movies. If
that'd be awesome.
At $1 billion.
Well,
that's what I think.
Deadpool 3 to me has written so many great ideas that you can execute well. It's a question of can you execute them. Because there is a lot of potential.
I think that should be the because here's the thing: if the premise is this is Deadpool going into the MCU multiverse, I don't think that's going to be super successful.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a spoof movie come back, and where the spoof movie makes fun of all these multiverse ideas from like Marvel, DC, and all this other stuff. Just to make fun of.
Well, how long until the spoofs get spoofed? I mean, look Scream was meant to spoof the slasher genre.
Yeah.
And then they made
scary movie
to parody the parody.
Bruh. But I mean, yeah, Deadpool 3 I think could go either way. I think it's still going to be successful no matter what it is, but it really depends, right? Because I'm telling you, if it's really just to set up more MCU things, I don't think that's going to go over very well.
Yeah, let's see what they have to say.
My hope is that like, my hope is like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, because of how influential they are more focused on the kind of story they want to tell, and not like what the MCU. Because that's the thing, that's the one leverage they have. They're used to the Fox X-Men style. Not the MCU style.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the Fox X-Men style, it has its downfalls, but it also has its positives. They can make great movies. They can also make dud movies.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Why is Uncle Fester getting a spinoff? Whatever. That's so stupid. All right. Let's finish this because it's almost 3 hours.
You know, there was a better boom of movies coming out around that time, right? If people were more excited about Marvel movies. So I think they have to do well just so everyone else can kind of rise up. But I don't think people who are in the know either are particularly excited about these. I personally haven't heard a lot of people buzzing about either of these films.
No.
When Madam Web came out, that trailer, most of the people I knew and most of the people online I was seeing reacting to it were not.
They said it was shit.
About it, and that
it was shit. A lot of people were making fun of it too.
I mean, for goodness sakes, I'm doing a 50 Shades trilogy review.
Yeah, they're making George. Look what they done to George.
They haven't been delve into movies I never dreamed of watching.
Live action. Morbius, great character, truly. It
What
would have
the
been great
hell?
if that movie was great. Graven,
No, I mean, no, she's right though. The movie's shit though.
great character, truly.
Oh, the character.
It would have been
not
great
the
if that movie was great.
Character.
Graven,
Okay,
such an
exactly,
interesting
yeah.
character. I would love for this movie to be great. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson.
You could see that. You could say that for almost a lot of characters. Great character, but the movie is shit.
Madam
I mean, but she is right though.
It's how you
Morbius
execute
is
the
an
character.
interesting character.
Yeah, she is right. She is. It's how you execute the character in the film, right? Like how you execute it. That's all.
Well, I think Morbius maybe would have been a better movie if it had Spider-Man in it. If it was dealing with Spider-Man, that would have been what people want to
It could
see.
have been a better movie. It was written better. If it had better villain, the better dialogue. I also think a better act. Not Jared Leto.
You know what I would bet? I bet we see Morbius interact with Spider-Man in the video games before they ever do in the movies.
Yeah, probably Spider-Man 3 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
People know about unless you kind of like rabidly
Blade
watched
game. Maybe the
the
Blade game.
90s
Nope.
animated
Oh
series.
yeah,
or
that was
Juicy.
great.
She was so good on it,
Yeah.
and the voice was done by Stan Lee's wife.
Oh wow.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So
Oh, I knew
really,
that.
really great stuff in their hands that they seem,
I knew
seem to
something
just kind of keep
Campea
John,
did,
I don't
though.
think
And that's a
you
bummer for
know
all
a
of
lot
us
of shit. I
because
gotta
going
keep it
through a lot of
real.
these kind of B&C other
He
stuff.
called Army of Dark. He called Army of Dead. Army of Dark. He called Army of
Oh
Dead.
my,
Army of Darkness.
he insulted the Evil Dead trilogy.
He did.
Characters
Oh
in
man,
this
I'm joking, but like I just need to say
It's
that
video
because
games. It's video game stuff.
Alex Camper.
3. Alex 3. Gear Solid. Solid Gear.
Oh yeah, when he said salt, yeah. Oh man.
don't know about, we're less likely to see in future movies. And that's the real shame here because comics have so many great, juicy characters that are just lower tiers that we usually don't hear about. Iron Man was a BC lister,
No,
honestly.
I
until the
gotta,
Marvel Cinematic
I
Universe.
gotta say something about this. If there's a character who really hasn't risen the ranks or isn't like a cult or doesn't have a cult following, they're probably not a good character. Like there's a reason why that character is not really around, right? Like let's be honest, right? Because sometimes like most writers will either struggle with that character and they don't know what to do with them, and they're sort of just like they're a dead end. Like what are you supposed to do with them?
I have a feeling I don't think Chris Carr didn't read comics. So
No, but I think I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I just don't agree with that.
well, I think she gets her viewpoint from social media and not like from actually knowing comic book stuff. That's
like
why
there was a reason why they made a Madam Web movie. I mean, it's because of the multiverse stuff, but I don't think like when they were trying to make that Hypno Hustler movie, like that was bottom of the barrel.
What about the wrestling movie, El Muerto, that got canceled? Yeah,
not even El Muerto. I feel like Hypno Hustler was like that was pretty bad.
The thing with Madam Web was there's only two type of people that know who Madam Web is: people that read the comics knew Madam Web,
right?
Or people that grew up in the '90s watching the Spider-Man show. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's finish this.
Raised him up. And that's what we really love about these comic book movies is as comic book fans getting to see some of those B-side characters get up there and everyone else fall in love with them.
Well, the problem is though that MCU has brought up too many B and C side characters and then not connecting anything and being like, we'll explain it later.
Yeah, now it's just spaghetti at a wall.
Yeah. So
well, then there's the counterbalance to all that. Okay, so like what if Kraven isn't good? What if Madam Web isn't good? Well, then you also got to see say a Venom 3 and Deadpool 3 balance that out. Like if Deadpool 3 is, I have no doubt it's going to be awesome. Venom 3, I really like the first two Venom movies. I have high belief that this is going to be good too. So can that balance it out? Can they, negate themselves? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully this is all just speculative and that Madam Web is great. Hopefully Kraven is
It sounds
great.
like Cult to me. This sounds
hey
like
guys,
Cult.
thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Because it's
and
like, I get it. Like you're fans and stuff of this, but like, look at the box office. Look at the internet conversation, and then also just talk to people in real life, and you can hear that there is sort of this decline of interest in these movies in general. Someone who was telling. Maybe I saw in a video. I heard a story about someone was at an Aquaman 2 or Aquaman 2 was being shown at a trailer or oh my god, I'm going all over the place. An Aquaman 2 trailer was being shown at a theater and people were laughing at it. That to me says like that's pretty bad, right? Like the fact that people were laughing at that trailer and making fun of it and it was a crowded theater, that's not a good sign, right? And maybe that's just that one theater, but that usually doesn't happen, right? That's not a thing that typically happens. Like, so that's just anecdotal, but I think Aquaman 2 is going to be a movie that people are not going to like, and I think it's going to get dunked on. Because, I mean, have you seen what they've been putting out recently? Did you see that whole when Ocean Master gets punched? Did you see that clip?
No.
That looked really bad. That looked like, I would say that looked on par with like a really shitty comedy, like a
What?
movie that has no
Why do I
self-awareness.
feel, why do I feel like the plot of this movie is kind of similar to Dark World, where two villains team up?
It does because I think maybe it is a little bit of that.
Oh God, no! Don't be Dark World, please. It has
But
to
did
be.
you see that clip, George?
What was the clip?
There was a clip for Aquaman 2 where it's Black Manta punches Ocean Master and he like slides on the floor and it looks like a SpongeBob skit.
Ocean
And
Master
then
Black Manta.
Aquaman
Oh,
and then Aquaman goes, you can't punch my brother, only I can punch my brother, or
oh
something
yeah.
like that.
The
I
hell
remember
kind of
that,
cringe
yeah,
is
yeah.
this?
Yeah, if you see that clip, the way Ocean Master slides on the floor it looks like a slapstick comedy. That's what
Charlie
I want to say.
Hunnam.
It looks like a
Charlie,
slapstick comedy.
Charlie Hunnam almost played Anakin Skywalker. Wow.
What?
I just saw that now.
That would have been weird.
Joe, I want to say this. Jack Black, I want to see Muriel's Brothers sequel, a sequel from that.
Not a musical.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Not a musical. I mean, I don't
Not
mind
a
him.
musical.
I don't mind him singing a song in it because that was some of his best. Like I love the part about the movie is him singing, but it's not a whole thing a musical. Nobody wants that. No.
Of course, no one wants that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you guys. It's about 3 hours, man. I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit off screen, but thank you for joining me. I'm gonna let you plug yourself.
No
George,
problem.
go ahead.
You can find me at the George. I just did a review on Wonka yesterday, so you can go check that out, as well as my reviews on the original and the 2005 version. I'm gonna try to get some Christmas reviews done before Christmas. I'll probably do like maybe 2, and maybe during break review Aquaman or roast Aquaman, depending on how bad it is. Like at this point, like I don't even know when. I think I might do a video to start the new year off talking about physical media.
I'm sorry, this is actually. Thank you, George. Go ahead, plug your. You can put your. I don't know if you're.
Well, I'll just plug everything that I have. I have nothing going on, but you can follow me on Twitter. Blinded Braille. You can also follow me on Controller Chronicle. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I want to make a musical with no musical numbers. Okay,
I wouldn't mind that.
You're a mod.
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, I was just asking if you're a mod, George. It seems you are. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. You know that, like, okay. So, as I said before, I know for more positive, I mean, this wasn't necessarily negative, but we're really.
You went pretty hard.
Yeah, you did kind of going hard. Usually, I'll admit this. On my videos going over Grace and Campea, I actually kind of think I've kind of been fair. But whatever.
By the way, did Grace post her box office video?
No, I don't know. I didn't check yet. But I have the Godzilla -1 where the box office about that video. I have like 160 views on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because she was wrong on that video, man. She was. She compared it to Hollywood Godzilla. Of course, it's not going to make much as Hollywood Godzilla. It's obvious. That wasn't the goal.
Even then,
didn't
2014 Godzilla didn't do as well as the one in the 90s? With not in counting. Did it?
I don't know. The 90s
without inflation?
The 90s ones wasn't good.
I thought without inflation it didn't do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't like the 90s. But yeah. So yeah, this channel is more about analyzing stuff, but my main channel is more about reviews, Let's Talk Pop, upload news videos, stuff like that. And obviously there's gonna be some of the stuff that we did in this video, in this stream, we're gonna do on my main channel because we have no choice. If we're gonna do a spoiler stream, we're gonna have to kind of analyze it, criticize it, give our thoughts on our opinions, and we're gonna have to do that.
Oh, when are we gonna do the Rebel Moon spoiler stream?
Oh, I'm gonna watch Rebel Moon. I'm gonna watch 2 movies on next week. Okay, I'm gonna watch Aquaman and Rebel Moon because Rebel Moon comes out next Friday.
Okay.
So when are you gonna watch it?
Well, doesn't Rebel Moon come out on Thursday?
I think the 22nd.
That said 21st.
Oh, it says 21st.
Regardless, anyway.
What are you doing? I'll watch it at night.
I'm gonna watch Rebel Moon. So when it comes to Aquaman,
I'm seeing
it
Aquaman
really depends
Thursday.
on the reviews. If the reviews are, if they're just like in the middle, I'm not gonna watch the movie. If they're really bad, I will watch the movie. I don't think it's gonna be really good, and if it is really good, I'm only really. I gotta keep it real. Okay, this is gonna sound so bad, but I only want to see the movie if it's really bad. That's the only time I'll be interested in this movie because I need to see what went wrong.
Okay.
And I keep hearing that it's bad, and there's a lot of proof that it's bad. So
The
I'll
thing
be
is-
shocked if it's anything otherwise, unless
thing
it's
is-
middle road.
I don't know if I'm gonna make Aquaman and Rebel Moon all one stream. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna
Right.
do it or separate them. That's the thing.
You might as well
Also-
separate them because we're gonna be talking a lot about those
I
movies.
also
if
want
you
to see
do.
Iron Claw, but like, I don't know when I'll do that because I don't know if you guys are interested in that because it's more of a wrestling story, but it's actually a really good
Right.
wrestling story. But yeah, I mean,
For this holiday season, I'm only interested in bad movies.
Bad movie, bad movie holidays.
Wonka doesn't have
Bad
a
movie
bad movie. I
holiday.
should see that. Color Purple. I've seen this. I've seen the color.
Oh yeah,
Purple.
was Wonka good? I didn't get
Yeah,
to see a
no,
review yet.
I mean,
so I didn't know.
Wonka was pretty good. It's not as good as the original. Like here's
Okay.
the thing. Like, it was good, but it's like at the same time, like if this is gonna be a prequel to the 1971 film, I can't believe that this version of Willy Wonka is gonna become a psychopath that should be locked up.
Damn.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you look at the Gene Wilder version, I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
dude's
the
like,
thing is-
almost kill people.
The Gene Wilder version, especially in the tunnel scene, that's scary. That was scary.
Yo, like that, like there's no way like I can see this. Well, I mean, I don't want to spoil the movie, but he obviously associates his mom with boats.
Yeah.
And so obviously we know in the original the boat scene is very traumatizing.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like he
And-
has this great relationship with his mom, but because of what happens with his mom, like
You know
maybe,
what they should have done, Willy Wonka. This is what they should have done, Willy Wonka. They should have him sell his soul to the devil to achieve his chocolate fortune. That's what they
Holy
should-
shit.
And
No, like-
they're really demons. They're really demons.
Here was my problem with Wonka. So like obviously it was the fact that the movie was really good when it was being goofy and over the top, but then when like the villains all of a sudden start saying some dark stuff, I'm like, what the hell? Like I was just like there's no way that if this is gonna be a prequel to the 1971 movie, how is this making sense when in between they're trying to send spies to his factory once he gets his factory?
I have the perfect Wonka movie. He sells his soul to the devil to achieve his fortune. The Oompas are really demons, and now he fights the kids, and all the kids get in trouble one by one, right? That kid, that kid gets stuck in the pipe with the chocolate river. That's a sign. Yeah, George, you're a Christian guy. You know what I'm talking about. The 7 deadly sins, gluttony, right? Gluttony. That kid's gluttony. you know, you get my point. Each kid represents the 7 deadly sins, and Wonka's trying to prove a point.
I mean, I will say I like Timothy Chalamet's version of Willy Wonka more
What do you
than I
think,
like
Degrassi?
Johnny Depp's.
What do you think about Degrassi? What do you think about that idea?
It's like I don't know, Johnny Depp. Like, I mean, I like the 2005 film, but Johnny Depp's version of Willy Wonka is just
Wow,
too
Weird.
much. for me.
X-Files is happening. X-Files is going to be a new series, X-Files, and Ryan Coogler is involved. That's pretty good.
Didn't they already announce that?
Thank you. I think Degrassi likes my idea. I should pitch it to like Blumhouse. I should pitch the idea to Blumhouse. No, I should pitch the idea. Willy Wonka has really made a deal with the devil. I should really pitch.
Damn.
They can make a Winnie the Pooh version. I mean, I think it's
But the X-Files show, that was already announced.
what is it? Best by Ryan Coogler now.
Yes, with
Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, yeah. It was already announced before.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna end it, guys. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Man.